state title brought to you by Georgia Elite Classic.
Okay, going back to one.
This industry is my life. The Georgia film industry feeds my children, and it feeds my dreams, which are two very important things. The film community is a real vital ecosystem. You can make a living in it in an incredible town.
Real jobs, real impact. Support Georgia Films. Visit whygeorgia.com.
Power Nation is your source for authentic automotive how-to. Detroit Muscle, celebrating the passion and performance of Motor City Cool. Truck Tech, smoking the streets, and tackling the trails are just part of highway hauling fun. Engine power, it's high cranking performance with the science of speed and torque. And our newest show, Car Kits, imagination, fabrication, and plenty of perspiration. Let the thrill begin. Power Nation.
It was 4 days, and he was going to kill me, it's believed, on the day that I was rescued.
At Investigate TV Plus, every day we go in depth.
How do you process that?
With investigations that expose the truth.
Is this a nationwide issue that we're dealing with here?
With real people.
This is not you.
It's not me.
Facing real problems.
We thought, oh, well, they're going to let her go.
Revealing real-life solutions that keep your family safe.
It will save lives, no doubt about it.
Investigate TV Plus. Check local listings at investigatetv.com.
Live from Peachtree Sports Network, this is the GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com drive for the GHSA state title.
Friday nights mean high school football in Georgia, and tonight the drive for the GHSA state title presented by GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com brings us to the Marist School as the Thomas County Central Yellow Jackets at 13-0 and the champions of Region 1 in 6A get ready to take on the Marist War Eagles at 12-1. Hello, everybody. I'm Brandon Adams. Happy to be joined alongside Rusty Manziel for what is us a little bit of a bittersweet night. On the one hand, we're thrilled about the state semifinal matchup. We get a chance to bring you here on the Peachtree Sports Network from the 6A classification. And yet on the other side, this also ends our run of weekly broadcasts here this season. But what a way to go out this is, starting with Thomas County Central. You're talking about a team that throughout the years has had great success, also specifically great success against Marist. It's an all-time 7-1 record for Thomas County Central, but the Yellow Jackets' last trip to the state semifinals was way back in 2007. So what does this team need to do tonight to keep their success against Marist, but also punch a ticket to Mercedes-Benz Stadium?
I talked to Coach Justin Rogers a few minutes over here, and he said, listen, Rusty, we got to have a fast start. He understands possessions tonight, facing a Marist offense and how you could be limited. He's saying, listen, maybe if we can get them off balance a little bit, if we get out in front, try to change them out of their game. Thomas County Central is looking for a fast start tonight.
And obviously Marist, led by Coach Alan Chadwick, a living legend in every sense of the word. Second winningest coach in the history of the state of Georgia. Marist is a program, fourth winningest program in our state all time there as well. 22 trips to the state semifinals. Last won a state championship in 2020, but they've got their sights set on another one here this year.
Man, I was excited getting here today. When you start talking, I'll get to say fullback all night tonight. And you start talking about this offense and how disciplined they are. Head coach since 1985, you know that with Alan Chadwick. I say this, you got to negate that Thomas County Central speed, and they can do it with an offense like this. They make them say discipline. Marist runs this thing for the last 25, 30 years. Nobody runs it better in the state of Georgia than Marist.
We started our season at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium tonight. One of these teams gets a chance to end their season there next week or coming up in the state championship. Obviously, it's been a great run for us here on the Peachtree Sports Network. Our friends at GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com. The main reason why that's true, our great friend Randy Beal joins us here right now. Randy, I know you're excited about this game, as we all are, and let me just first of all say what a great season it's been. Thank you so much for your partnership, allowing Rusty and me the privilege to have the best seat in the house for a great game every week. And how excited are you tonight about Marist and Thomas County Central?
Well, I'm just like you guys. I'm very excited about the game tonight, but I'm also, it's bitter for us because we've had a great year in recruiting. This access that we've had on Friday Night Football has been awesome. To you guys in the booth and Kaylee and everybody on the ground down there has done a great job. And, we're excited, but it's bitter as well. But you know what? Next year will be here before we know it. But we'll get through this one first tonight. I'm sure it's going to be a great game.
No doubt about that, Randy. We appreciate your partnership, and we'll look forward to seeing you again. As you said, next summer be here before you know it. We'll obviously have Georgia Elite Classic coming up there as well. So we're certainly not done. We're just done for tonight, correct?
Sounds, yeah, absolutely right. We're not done. We'll be back again next year. We're excited about that. And, before you cut me loose, I'll say this: go Dogs for tomorrow, and I'm predicting 32-28. My Dogs win.
Hey, I already like it already.
That is what I like to hear right there, Randy.
Like it already, Randy.
Nice prediction there for Georgia winning the SEC championship, a part of a great football weekend here in the city of Atlanta. Of course, two terrific coaches for us tonight in terms of this state's semifinal action, the 6A classification. Our Kaylee Manziel had a chance to speak to both of them a little earlier. Kaylee, go ahead and take it away.
And welcome all to the U.S. Army pregame show for the Final Four. I'm Kaylee Mansell, and with kickoff coming up soon, it is time for our R.S. Andrews head coach's interview. I'm joined by Alan Chadwick and Justin Rogers. Coach Rogers, you're the visiting team, so you're going to go first. It's the first time in, I believe, 16 years that your team has reached the semifinals. What has it been about this team that's allowed them to go the distance?
Well, the biggest thing is just how resilient they are, just their drive and passion. They play incredibly hard for one another. And then the next thing is just our fan support and love that we have from them. And it's almost like it gives you an obligation. Yeah, that you better play well because we don't want to disappoint them either.
Mm-hmm. Coach Chadwick, you just got a chance to talk to your team. What's the message that you hope that they got from what you had to say?
Well, just to be us. Keep playing hard, playing as hard as you possibly can every down, knowing that any play can make a difference in the ball game. So play every down like it's the last play of the game.
So, Coach Rogers, I do have to ask you, I don't want to call out my guy over here, but you know what you're getting into when you come here. You know they're going to run the triple option. How do you prepare and practice for that in such a short amount of time?
Yeah, there's no doubt. There's no secrets, and the success that he's had is just unparalleled. And so, yeah, you definitely can get a scout team to kind of replicate it of what they do schematically. And you've got to be able to play assignment football, but what you can't replicate is how fast it goes when the ball is snapped. Just 11 people moving in unison. It's pretty impressive, and so we understand we've got to be ready to go from the jump.
And Coach Chadwick, as someone who has coached in high school football for over 4 decades, you've won multiple state titles. I'm sure that you've seen a common theme with teams that you know are state title contenders. What are those qualities, and do you think your team possesses them?
Starts with great coaching, and that's what Thomas County Central has, great coaching all the way around. Players that play hard, like you just said, care about each other, play hard for each other. They're physical, and then when you're playing South Georgia, it's also fast.
Well, Coach Chadwick, Coach Rogers, thank you so much for joining me. I wish you both the best of luck. Guys, make sure to stay tuned because kickoff is coming up right after the break.
Hey, is the power off on this?
I don't know. Just take it off.
Safety violation, unsafe work conditions.
In the construction trades unions, safety is our highest priority, and we train you to recognize and speak out on unsafe working conditions so that everyone arrives and goes home safely. Learn about careers in construction at GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com.
Are you ready to make a difference in your community? The Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office is now hiring with a sign-on bonus of up to $4,700. Begin your career with us today. Explore GoGCSO.com to discover information on tuition reimbursement, paid training, and annual benefits. Are you ready to rise to the call? Go GCSO.
Okay, guys, go ahead and take it off. Take it off.
America, come along with our adventure seekers and discover summer with Ford. Join friends Maisa and Leslie on an epic adventure with the capability of the Ford Bronco Sport. Head out with the Stevens family and stay connected with built-in Wi-Fi in the Ford Explorer.
Did you know that horse is switch standing up?
Road trip with the Sanchez family and available hands-free highway driving in the Ford F-150. Now get 2.9% financing for 60 months plus up to $4,500 cash back on select Ford SUVs. See your local Ford dealer and discover your best summer ever.
The drive for the GHSA state title is presented by GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com. Transform your future today.
And welcome back, everybody. Brandon Adams, Rusty Manziel, getting ready to get things going. Marist and Thomas County Central, the state semifinals, the 6A classification. Let's give you a weather update here presented by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 613. It's actually turned out to be a pretty nice night for the most part here. Temperature 55 degrees, a little bit of wind blowing. It's cloudy, it might rain, but it has not here right now. Now I'm going to tell you this. We have done a lot of games over the years. We have never had an atmosphere like what we have right now. There isn't a seat to be had on either side. You've got the Thomas County folks who've traveled hundreds of miles here north. They packed it out. Marist is doing the same thing. Rusty, you can tell that a state championship game berth is on the line.
Two ways to play in Mercedes-Benz. Win tonight or play in the Corky Kell. One of these teams tonight will play in the Mercedes-Benz next week.
We saw our coin toss there, brought to you by Georgia's Rome. Thomas County Central dressed in white, and they will kick it away. And with that, we are underway. For the final time this year, it's a ball bobbled on the kickoff, then picked up and returned. Final time this year on the Peachtree Sports Network for our drive for the GHSA state title. And it's the Marist War Eagles who will step out on offense to begin here. And our first look at Jack Ewart at quarterback, a guy we saw very impressive once already here this season. You're talking about a guy that Alan Chadwick might say one of the three best option quarterbacks they've ever had. You see our Marist offense presented by the Georgia Army National Guard. Ewart, we told you about. Watch the running back with Joseph Pizzo tonight. That's going to be a story. His status very much uncertain for this game. Also, we'll do our best to keep an eye on where the football is as Marist runs this triple option. It's Ewart under center to begin the game. Taking the snap. Going to go pitch here outside, and that's going to be a running play other than the left side, across the 25, up near the 30-yard line. Nice play on first down to get things going. That's Walker Richens on the carry there, first down.
Watch him audible. He comes up the line of scrimmage. He sees the field. He checks it to this wide side, and there we go, Brandon. It's disciplined football. Somebody had him, and he ate up the clock. He ate up the yardage there for a first down.
Richens getting the first carry would lead you to believe that perhaps Joseph Pizzo is going to be limited or either unavailable based on some of the chatter around the Marist program here this week. Big defensive front. You've got 6 guys across the line of scrimmage for Thomas County Central defensively here.
They're changing the play, and Thomas County Central is checking as well already.
Fun game within the game. Man goes in motion. Now it's the fullback dive up the middle. One of the things Alan Chadwick told us this week is he expected eventually Thomas County Central to have some success there with that fullback dive, just because of how good their defensive line is. But they're obviously going to try to start that and see if they can find an advantage. By the way, Thomas County Central defense presented by the Georgia Army National Guard. A couple of names to watch there. First of all, very good along the defensive line. Cameron Brooks, that's a 4-star sophomore.
Big time prospect.
9 tackles for loss and 5.5 sacks in the season. On the back end, you got Kendarius Riddick, an Auburn commit as a junior. Another big-time name. 2nd and 5 here. Flag's going to come in, and that's going to be movement on Marist and back them up. And the Yellow Jacket fans who've traveled up north love that right now.
I'm telling you right now, this crowd is affecting the game right now. It's so loud.
Our officials presented by the Georgia Sheet Metal and Air Conditioning Contractors Association. You see their names. Mark Attaway's your referee. Chris Davis, Steve Billman. You get Nick Boehm, Aaron Pierce, Vic Johnson, J.R. Riggs, your clock operator. Kendall Inslee also got the electronic clock himself. Back them up 5 yards now. Make it 2nd and 10. We've seen fullback dive. We've seen the option pitch outside to the left. Let's see what it is here now after the penalty. That's Ewart giving the fullback dive up the middle. Getting a chance to carry the ball that time was Jackson Hughes, one of the most important players for this Marist team because of the role that he filled.
That's the staple of this offense, a fullback dive. They want to get you inside between the tackles, and then they'll go outside on you, on the keeper.
Looking at 3rd down here. Thomas County Central stretching guys to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be Ewart keeping it himself, though. He's the leading rusher on this team. He crossed the 40-yard line, and he's going to get a first down there for Marist. Dangerous with his legs, leading rusher here this year.
I'm telling you right now, when you got a quarterback, Brandon, that can run it like this, it will keep you on your toes all night. And listen, it's coming. They're not going to throw the ball. It's coming right at you. 3 different options, and you got to tackle every one of them. And you got a quarterback that's a great decision maker. That's why Marist is in the semifinals right now.
To put some context around what Rusty just said, in a win last week against Roswell, Ewart threw it just 6 times. Now he completed 4 of those 6. So when they do throw it, they're typically pretty efficient. Here's 1st and 10 now. Once again, Thomas County Central crowds the line. It's a handoff play, traditional toss sweep. Big hit back there in the backfield. Clayton Hutto comes over and makes the stop.
Nice play there. They tried to outflank them and quick pitch it to the wide side of the field, and Thomas County Central shows on the edge. Watch him quick pitch, tried to outflank them. Had some blockers out front, but a great job by the defensive back there for Thomas County Central, getting off the block, getting upfield. You want to keep Marist behind the chains. Now, Brandon, is 2nd and 9.
Braden Lewis was the ball carrier there, so that once again kind of gives you more of an idea that perhaps Joseph Pizzo, who had a big game last week against Roswell, may not be available here today. 2nd and 10 now. That's Ewart again trying to follow a block, but he's met right there at the line of scrimmage. Big stand for Thomas County Central once again. That's going to bring up 3rd down. And that looked like it was Jimmy Dawson, the senior, in on that stop.
Yeah, they're going to bring in some wide receivers now, take out the fullback. They're going to bring in a couple of split-in wide receivers. We saw them early in the season, Brand. They like to roll him out and get him in the run-pass option to where he can throw it.
Don't want to be behind the chains, though. 3rd and 8 is not what this War Eagles offense wants, but that's what they're going to be facing here. Ewart will go to the shotgun. They can do this.
4
Decades ago, that's not how they played it, but they can now. Instead, though, it's going to be Ewart trying to find a block. But he's not going to get there. Going down there at the 49-yard line. Got 4, but not enough. And that's 4th down and decision time, but it's a quick one here for Alan Chadwick. He's going to send his punter, Grady Jones, in. And so Thomas County Central has earned a stop on the road to begin this game. Trayvon Pringle will now be back as your punt returner for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, great job there by Thomas County Central, keeping them in 3rd and long behind the chains.
So Jones will punt here. Pringle is a dangerous playmaker as a return man. Jones gets the snap, gets a high, booming punt deep into the night, and it bounces right there in the goal line, goes in for a touchback. But Grady Jones got every piece of that one.
That is called a hammer.
He absolutely did.
Wow. Big 3-0 there.
All right, we'll take a quick timeout. We'll take a quick timeout and come back and show you Marist's first offensive drive. What a start here. High energy at Marist tonight.
This is a Peachtree Sports Network weather update, powered by Atlanta News First.
I'm meteorologist Jennifer Valdez. We'll continue to see some showers possible through the evening, then overnight into Saturday. That's when those rain chances really return across the Peach State. We'll see rain Saturday morning across North Georgia through Middle and South Georgia as well. The rain will be heavy at times with thunderstorms as well, especially in Middle and South Georgia. Could see some hefty rain accumulations with some areas seeing over an inch of rain in just 24 hours. The rain will continue off and on throughout the day on Saturday, so certainly plan on having that rain gear with you. Tonight, temperatures will be much milder in the 50s and 60s. Then as we head into Saturday, even with the rain, it will be warm, at least for this time of year, with highs in the 60s and 70s.
The red one, the shiny red one. That's it.
Now this is shopping. Home, James.
Ingles, low prices, love the savings. Hash browns are the French fries of breakfast.
Who says it's not French fries that are the hash browns of lunch and dinner?
That's also true.
Mix and match a sausage McMuffin with egg, bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddles, or crispy chicken biscuit for $4.49. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Brandon Adams and Rusty Manziel. State 6A semifinal action here. Marist hosting Thomas County Central, and TCC getting a chance to go on offense for the first time tonight. And our first shot here to see Jalen Johnson, sophomore quarterback, who's had quite a year for the Yellow Jackets. He'll be in the shotgun there on first down, and he'll hand the ball off straight ahead up to the 25-yard line there. Pick up a 5 on first down. Trey Brenton, guy who's had back-to-back big seasons for the Yellow Jackets, and a big part of the attack here tonight. Brenton, you just saw that. Got the only touchdown for TCC last week in its win against Rome, but how about this? 5 senior offensive linemen protecting him. Senior fullback, senior tight end there as well, Malachi Thomas, who's also earning some FBS scholarship attention here right now. It's a pitch play on second down. That's Brenton again. He shakes off a tackler, gets across the 30-yard line. And here come the Yellow Jackets. How about Marist defensively? Once again brought to you by the Georgia Army National Guard. The two names to know are the two defensive ends. Luke Harpering, that's a Georgia Tech commit. Then opposite him, the other defensive end, Afton Mosley. Both those guys have been the catalyst for most of this season, including last week in the win, the quarterfinals against Roswell. You see a pass play there going to Trayvon Pringle. Pringle up to the 34-yard line.
Thomas County Central going fast. This sophomore quarterback, Brandon, a lot of people say this guy has a high potential Power 5 type player in 2 years.
Yeah, first-year starter, record-setting quarterback a year ago for Thomas County Central. It's a pitch play again. Once again, a lowered shoulder there, but that's going to be third down now coming up. Harpering, one of the guys in on that stop.
Yeah, we saw Harpering earlier this year against Blessed Trinity. Plays both sides of the ball, but, man, he was really good on defense. I think he's going to play tight end at Georgia Tech, but, man, I think he could flip over and play outside backer if they ask him to.
3rd and 4 now. Johnson from the shotgun. He's got 4 receivers. Pressure coming. He's going to dump it off to Brenton, and Brenton's got some blocks there. Well-designed screenplay, and it's up to the 49-yard line. Yellow Jackets convert on 3rd down once again.
Love the call there. Just use the aggression. Marist is blitzing. That's a scripted play, Brandon. You know they're going to bring pressure. He try to heat you up on 3rd down. They catch him in the screen.
Fake now, tipped at the line of scrimmage. They tried to fake the handoff to Brenton, set up the RPO play, but a good job by a Marist defender getting the hand of the ball. Looked like it may have been Jackson Hughes there, two-way player who got the hand on that one.
Just one little note I see earlier. Marist is getting a lot of push initially against this Thomas County offensive line. Real early.
It'll be worth watching here. Obviously, this Marist defensive front, very good in its own right there as well. They creep an extra man up to the line of scrimmage here on 2nd down, showing 5 across, pressure coming. That creates room for Johnson to run.
Ooh.
He'll go down at the 49 there, so he got about 2 or 3 that time.
He took a lick at the end as well. I talked to Justin Rogers before the game. They played a very physical Rome team last week. He said, Rusty, that's the best defense I have faced since Lowndes in 2018. They were kind of banged up a little bit to start the week. He knew tonight this Marist defense was going to be aggressive as well.
Yeah, last week you really get the sense that Thomas County Central Marist, I should say Rome game, was an absolute slugfest. Here on 3rd down, setting up the pitch play. That goes to Brenton again. Brenton's going to move the chains. All of a sudden now you're looking at a Thomas County Central team 3 for 3 on 3rd down, and their drive takes them into War Eagle territory here.
Yeah, this running the ball a little bit toward the left there. I think they found something on that side. Sealed the edge off, picked up the 1st down. Got movement there.
1st and 10 now. But a flag's going to come in.
Movement on Thomas County Central.
So a penalty in the opening drive for Marist, and Thomas County Central matches that with its own procedural penalty. Go back them up 5 yards here. Just underway, Peachtree Sports Network. The final night of our drive for the GHSA state title. After this weekend, the state championships will be set. Of course, the winner of this game moving on to face the winner of Douglas County and Woodward Academy. 1st and 15, the handoff to Brenton, and he gets a big head of steam, and he's inside the 35-yard line.
They like that left side, Brandon, so far.
I love what Justin Rogers said this week about Brenton. He said this is a guy who chooses violence over making guys miss, and you kind of see that here right now. Change of pace now, though. Ahmad Ponder gets his first carry of the game. And all of a sudden, Thomas County Central is kind of mixing it up here a little bit.
Come right back to that left side. They found something they like over there on that matchup.
Ball sits at the 23. It's 1st down again. Jalen Johnson stands over the formation in a shotgun. He's got one back behind him. Bunch formation the left side. It's a fake handoff. Johnson will look to throw. He's going to throw sideline. That's a pass caught. Malachi Thomas, senior tight end, there to haul it in. And all of a sudden, Thomas County Central finding some success through the air as well.
Yeah, just a simple stick route. Great protection there. Just steps right into that throw. Pick up a 9.
We're in the red zone here, presented by GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com. That's the handoff going to Rylan McDowell, senior fullback, but the lone back in that formation. The strategy for Thomas County Central is simple. They like to set up the run, and they throw over top of that. And Thomas, the tight end who caught the pass a play ago, has been one of their most trusted targets all year long, although keep your eye on Trayvon Pringle, who's on the right side of the formation all by himself. Instead, it's a handoff. And inside the 5-yard line goes Ahmad Ponder. And Thomas County Central's really mixing up with the running game right now. Multiple backs getting touches down here in the red area.
They understand the importance of every possession, Brandon. You got to score in the red zone against Marist.
2nd and 3. Thomas County Central can get a first down here. Handoff, hit that time in the line of scrimmage, knocked back, may have lost a yard. That'll bring up 3rd down now coming up.
Tell you what, this is one of the most impressive crowds I've ever seen.
Yeah, really. I mean, we've been very lucky to be able to do what we've done over the years, but in terms of the overall intensity of the atmosphere, it's unbelievable. Obviously, the folks from Douglas, I should say from Thomas County Central, traveled hundreds of miles to be here, but they have packed it out. Johnson taking the snap, tries to find a block, and he's going to try to get his way into the end zone. But they're going to say he's just short, I believe. I think it's going to be a first down, but short of a touchdown here. Johnson brought down.
See what we get here on the, yeah, he's short. Yep, yeah, short.
So 1st and goal. Now it's Johnson, and now he'll go easily to the end zone for the game's first point. Thomas County Central strikes first.
Great opening drive there, converted on 3rd down twice. Stick it in on the opening drive. Thomas County Central with a chance to go up 7-0 on the road at Marist.
I'll bring people in behind the curtain here a little bit. You know, we've never quite had an environment like this as Drew Renault gets ready to come on and try the PAT, where literally you and I really can't hear each other. And, you know, certainly almost even can't even hear ourselves because of how much noise this Yellow Jacket fan base is making right here underneath us. It is an unbelievable scene here, and they've gotten exactly what they want, marching down and getting the touchdown to begin the game here. We'll be right back after this.
Drive now, pay later. Shop HendrickCars.com this month and make no payments for 90 days. Over 20,000 new and pre-owned vehicles. No payments for 90 days. Visit HendrickCars.com.
The Mechanical Trades Institute is an opportunity towards personal financial freedom through hands-on and rewarding work. Our school is completely free and gives apprentices the knowledge and skills required to gain access to a lifelong career path. Apprentices learn pipe fitting, plumbing, mechanical service, and welding. They earn money as they learn and graduate with no student debt. Start a career with the Mechanical Trades Institute and change your financial future.
Struggling with food insecurity can feel lonely, yet every community across America is affected by hunger, which is why our Kroger associates work together to rescue nutritious food that would otherwise go to waste in an effort to donate 3 billion meals by 2025. Because we believe everyone should have access to fresh, delicious food. Join the Kroger Zero Hunger, Zero Waste Foundation to defeat hunger and eliminate food waste.
The Forum River Center in Rome, Georgia is now open and available for meetings and receptions. We're fully equipped for large conventions, sporting events, weddings, and much more. The Forum is located downtown within walking distance of local restaurants, hotels, and boutique shopping. We offer a variety of meeting spaces, many with beautiful river views. Outdoor venues are available for that special touch. With our adjacent parking deck and a personal concierge on site, your event is sure to be a hit. Find out more at forumrivercenter.com.
The GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com drive for the GHSA state title is sponsored by Score Atlanta, your source for Georgia high school sports. HendrickCars.com. Get no payments for 90 days at HendrickCars.com. Experience the Hendrick difference. Sports Turf. You bring the vision, we'll bring it to life. The Georgia Army National Guard. The next generation is now. And by Ford. For great offers on F-150, see your local Ford dealer.
All right, welcome back, everybody. You see our score 7-0. Thomas County Central 13-0 and on the road for the second consecutive week in the state playoffs here. Has an early touchdown lead over Marist. You see our Breda Pest Management scoring summary. 16 plays, 80 yards, 5:32 off the clock. And it was the quarterback, Jalen Johnson, who got the touchdown run a moment ago. That is his 9th rushing touchdown of the season. And so that'll bring on Drew Renault here to kick things back off. Renault was a hero last week. Actually, that's Hayden Morales who'll be on to do the kickoff duties. Morales kicks it high. It will be returnable right in front of the goal line, though. And coming back 15, 10, 20, and heading straight to the middle of the field and down right there. Big return there for Marist. It's Charlie Lamb who gets good field positioning for the War Eagles on their second drive now coming up.
Let me tell you something. Charlie Lamb had some gas in the open field, too. He was quick. Watch him hit this hole right here, this gear right there. When he puts his foot in the ground, great job by the kicker. Almost a little trip there to get him, but Charlie Lamb, impressive there. Great kickoff return.
Exactly what Marist needed here. Good field position for the second drive. Their first possession went nowhere. Ewart once again under center. Thomas County Central puts 6 men right there at the line of scrimmage, creeps up at 7. Ewart fullback dive, not much doing on the middle of the field. Second down now coming up after the fullback, Jackson Hughes, got a chance to be the ball carrier.
I'll tell you something right now. Offensive coordinator Paul Etheridge, former Georgia player, he will stay with that fullback dive to set up that outside pitch, those types of things. Quarterback keep, but they will stay with that fullback dive all night long to keep that defense honest.
Pick up the 2, 2nd and 8, and just like a lot of these Marist games, first quarter about to disappear on us. We're already under a minute to go here. Traditional, almost like
each team one possession.
Yep. That's Ewart keeping it himself. He's going to be wrestled down by Kendarius Reddick there. Also keep our eye throughout the night on the Breda Pest Management score ticker. Obviously, after the carnage last week of upsets all across 7A, 4 nationally ranked teams out. Gainesville, the #1 team in 6A, lost, and just like that, our first quarter is going to come to a close. Rusty said it. Each team had one possession. Thomas County Central used it to its advantage with a touchdown. Marist has the ball right now, and that's how quickly it goes here. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll come back and be ready to show you second quarter action right after this.
From the baseline to the sideline, the best live sports from Atlanta and beyond are on Peachtree Sports Network. The biggest plays, the instant classics, and the next rising stars are right here on Peachtree Sports Network, your home for live local sports.
Thank you for watching Georgia High School Heroes presented by Ingles. I'm Chris Bainbridge, and each week we're bringing you the best of the best ever to play Georgia high school football. This week, our journey takes us to the southeastern corner of the state, Charlton County High School in Folkston. Champ Bailey was a two-way player in the early 90s, and he dominated in all 3 phases of the game. He rushed for a total of 3,573 yards, had 58 rushing touchdowns, and 13 100-yard games. He also passed for 1,211 yards on 74 completions. Despite those dazzling statistics, he was best on defense. And at UGA, that's where he'd shine, earning the Bronco Nagurski Trophy as the nation's top defensive player. And he's widely regarded as one of the best cornerbacks ever to play the game in the NFL. Thank you for watching Georgia High School Heroes, presented by Ingles.
All right, I'm here with head coach Justin Rogers. You guys came off the bus ready to play, struck first. What did you see on that touchdown drive?
Well, the biggest thing is being patient, and that's what we got to do. I think in this game you got to put drives together. I think sometimes teams panic when they play an option offense and start chasing stuff too early. We got to just let it come to us and put drives together.
Absolutely, and handle that sound too. Good job, Coach. We'll see you in the second quarter.
Welcome back, everybody. Second quarter action getting ready to get underway here. Peachtree Sports Network, Brandon Adams, Rusty Manziel. Marist at home, but trailing here. Second possession underway as the second quarter gets underway. That's right, each team had it just one time in the first quarter. Every snap is going to be at a premium tonight, and a flag comes in here on a third down play.
So Thomas County Central is pulling the Georgia deal. They're steaming on the defensive line.
The false start on the offense. Down remains third.
In unison, Brandon. Defensive line, that's a stem. They all move at the same time, and it caused Marist to jump. And listen, that's a big deal when you're running offense because it costs you 5 yards.
So that makes it 3rd and 8. The last time Marist was at 3rd and 8, Jack Ewart, the quarterback, kind of stepped out of the traditional under the center look and became a shotgun quarterback. He'll have to do the same thing here this time. Still have not seen Joseph Pizzo, one of the top running backs for this team. That's a key injury. It looks like he may be out tonight. Ewart with the snap, and he'll throw, trying to get Harpering. Harpering is there, but he's hit right away by Clayton Hutto. But it's going to be good enough for the...
I don't know.
Yeah, it's going to be close, and Marist is running up here quick.
They're short.
It's going to be short, make it 4th down. It's actually a couple of yards short. So on 4th down, Marist goes up quick. Ewart under center again. And it's going to be the fullback dive that gets the first down there. Ewart, good job kind of carrying that out. And that's once again Jackson Hughes tonight getting the carry and getting the first down conversion. And we may see a lot of him tonight because of the absence of Joseph Pizzo, who had big game last week, 165 yards and 2 touchdowns in that win against Roswell. But an injury looks like it's going to keep him out tonight. So we've seen an additional stable of running backs kind of stepping in for Pizzo here thus far. 1st and 10 now with the ball sitting on the 40. Got a couple receivers over here on the right side. Ewart fakes the pitch, and he's going to be hit in the backfield. Down he's going to go. Brought down on the play by Jaden Rubio. 5th sack of the season for Rubio.
Yeah, they go linebacker blitz, and it comes right up. He beats the guard in time. The quarterback turns around. He's on him.
And I tell you, Ewart did a good job even hold on to that football.
Yes,
because
he did. Yes, he did.
Rubio put the bear paw right on that.
Brandon, again, now they're behind the chains. It's 2nd and 20, 2nd and 17. This is not where you want to be with the Marist offense.
2nd and 17, as Rusty said. Yellow Jackets fans making noise on top of noise on top of noise. Ewart will throw, dumping it out and wrapped up right away. Another play by Kendarius Reddick.
Yeah, the Auburn commit there making a big play. See the speed closing down. They try to throw a little out route here. Something quick in space. Riddick closed on it.
3rd and very long for Marist right now.
You got to look for 15 right here. Maybe look for Harpering. If they get a one-on-one, maybe do a jump ball with him. Look at that 6'4", 6'5" type athlete.
It is deafening noise. Thomas County Central's on the road. You would never know it. At least on this end of the field where we are. Timeout called, though. Uncomfortable
Marist
situation.
is taking his first timeout of the half.
For Marist, and Alan Chadwick wants to talk about it. He's as veteran a coach as you can get, and he's seen just about everything. And so he's as calm as you would imagine. We got a fun one going here at Marist tonight.
Hey, does it matter if this leaks?
It don't matter to me. Can't see it from my house.
Illegal use of hands, improper training.
GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com has 14 different highly skilled trades with tuition-free training in our certified apprenticeship programs to train you the right way. Find your career at GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com.
The Georgia Sheet Metal JETC equips apprentices with the knowledge and skills required to start a rewarding career in the sheet metal industry with programs in HVAC, industrial welding, and testing, adjusting, and balancing. Training is 100% free and allows apprentices to earn as they learn. Journeymen graduate with no student debt and have the potential to earn more than most college graduates. Visit our website to learn more about this opportunity at careersinsheetmetal.com.
Sweetheart, please don't forget to wear your seatbelt. I got it, Mom. It's a really nice day living in the right space. Breathing your grace got me feeling some kind of way.
In the blink of an eye, so many tomorrows can disappear. Buckle up for your future, every trip, every time. A message from the Governor's Office of Highway Safety.
All right, we are back, everybody. It's a 3rd and long coming up for Marist here. Ewart will throw deep. Harpering, intended target. Cannot connect. That's 4th down. Donnell Jester had the coverage. And the War Eagles are going to have to punt again.
Try to get Harpering up the seam. Kind of what I thought they would do with him, what kind of mismatch they get him, and just unable to connect. And you can see kind of the frustration from Marist going for it there. Then you get a penalty, puts you behind the chains. Brandon, every possession is going to be key tonight.
It also seems like there's a little bit of frustration on the Marist side about the noisemakers here, but my read on the GHSA rules, these are not air horns, they're not whistles. I do not believe these horns are illegal. Now, they would be illegal in basketball because it's played indoors, but outdoors here, and I'm obviously, judging this the best that I can, outdoors here, I do not believe these are illegal noisemakers, but let's see Alan Chadwick very unhappy here.
Seeing him in the timeout, listen, he's pointing at that, and he's saying, listen, this is not, I'm sure he's saying it's not legal, but he definitely, as soon as he called timeout, you could see him right before that, he kind of made the air horn sound, and you see the official there. Obviously, they had to discuss this before the game.
While we have a moment, let's see our Thomas County Central resume here, presented by Smart Local 85, back in the state semifinals for the first time since 2007. Seeking a state championship for the first time since the early 2000s. And Rusty, you'd be hard-pressed over the course of 2 years to find a better turnaround job than one that Justin Rogers is executing here with the Yellow Jackets.
And I'll tell you this, you don't start about notable alumni Charlie Ward. Anytime you mention Thomas County Central, one of the greatest high school athletes, one of the best collegiate football players, Heisman Trophy winner, Charlie talked to Coach Rogers. He said Charlie Ward, he lives in Tallahassee, is coming up a lot. He is very involved with this program.
And one of the other big names is obviously Joe Burns, who a lot of our audience will know as a former Georgia Tech running back.
Yes.
But kind of instrumental. There's a long history between Thomas County Central and Marist. TCC has a 7-1 all-time advantage there. But, back late 90s, early 2000s, as Brenton carries it again, these teams were playing state semifinal games. They were playing, to begin the season at Georgia Dome. That there was actually a long rivalry here, and for a long time, Marist just couldn't get over the hump. They finally won in 2003, ironically with Sean McVay, who's now the LA Rams coach, at quarterback. But there's a long history between these two teams, and Alan Chadwell will tell you that Thomas County Central from back in that era with Joe Burns at running back still gives him nightmares.
Yeah. Man, those are some games. How about that? They played 5 times in 2 years. That's crazy.
3rd down now. You're going to put 3 receivers over on the right side. Now running back kind of motions back and becomes a back standing on the left. Fake the handoff to Brent, and now will throw and bat it down. Harpering has done it all year long, and he comes up big for the War Eagles defensively right there.
Great job. Great stop. Momentum. And look, you can see the Marist side. They understand what's across the field for them crowd-wise. This Marist crowd now on their feet. What a great play by Harpering there to bat that ball down. And Thomas County Central with the first punt of the game. So now two possessions each team. This will be Thomas County Central's first punt.
So last week, Marist scored 27 unanswered points in its win against Roswell. It was really propelled by what Harpering and Mosley, Afton Mosley, were doing that defensive end spot. They were relentless with their pass rush, and kept creating those possession opportunities, and you know what happens when Marist gets it. They have a tendency not to give it back. But the offensive magic they found last week against Roswell, they're hoping to get going here as we near the halfway mark of the second quarter. War Eagles still looking for their first points. The Marist resume also brought to you by Smart Local 85. Alan Chadwick, what a thrill it is to talk to him every time we do their game. Second winningest coach in the state of Georgia's history. This is the fourth winningest program in Georgia history. Sean McVay, we mentioned, the Rams coach. Also, two other active NFL players, John Fitzpatrick of the Atlanta Falcons, the former Dogs, and of course Kyle Hamilton, the terrific safety now with the Baltimore Ravens. Ewart, handoff straight ahead. Fullback dive there once again going to Jackson Hughes, and Danelle Jester is there to make the stop.
Third possession for Marist. Third time in a row they've started with fullback dive. And I guarantee you this, McVay knows this game tonight, 100%. I guarantee you Joe Burns knows this game tonight as well.
You're exactly right. And, you know, Alan Chadwick's thing about Jack Ewart, one of the three best option quarterbacks we've had, he puts Sean McVay in that other category of, you know, like one of the best guys to kind of run that, obviously, now head coach of the LA Rams. Got two there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 8. Now setting up for the outside pitch. The football is dropped, and it's up for grabs. And Thomas County Central has come up with it. Cameron Brooks gets the benefit of the turnover. Four-star sophomore defensive lineman there to bring it home.
Great job there. They just got penetration, got upfield. You got to disrupt that before it gets wide, and this is a very dangerous possession right here for the Marist defense.
And before we do it, let's remind you about our friends at Breda Pest Management. Those southern flying squirrels in Georgia, been telling you about them all year long. I've also been telling you the way to stop them is with our friends at Breda Pest Management. They protect you. They keep those predators out of your house, so find BredaPest.com to learn more. It's B-R-E-D-A, BredaPest.com to learn more. We appreciate Breda Pest Management being with us here all season. After the turnover, handoff going there on first down to Ahmad Ponder. And to go back to that fumble for a minute, Rusty, it looked like Brooks, by blowing up the play and getting to Ewart, it almost seemed like almost a wide receiver.
Forced it.
Yeah, where the running back sort of heard those footsteps because of just how much Brooks blew into the backfield on that.
Sped that up.
Yeah, 14 points would be a mountain in a game like this. Johnson dumping it off. That's Pringle there. He's inside the 25-yard line. Trayvon Pringle, first catch of the game. And here come the Yellow Jackets once again. Fresh set of downs coming here now. Johnson will give the handoff once again to Brenton. Brenton going to be wrapped up over there on that play. Noah Garrick, who's had an outstanding year for the War Eagles, he's there to wrap up Brenton that time.
Yeah, if they can pass the ball, it's going to be a long night for Marist to try to stop this offense.
We're in the red zone presented by GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com. Flag coming in here. They're going to back up Thomas County Central on a false start.
The false start on the offense. Down remains second.
You know, Rusty, I've got a whole board's full of notes on both these teams. I'd love to use some of this material. I feel like I worked hard on it. I'm not going to get to any of it because, at least at the pace we're going right now, because we're almost halfway home in the second quarter. It feels like we just started. We had the same experience earlier this season with Marist as well.
Got to get some commercials in.
Johnson thought he forced a Marist player to jump, but apparently he got back because the officials did not flinch. 5:33 to go in the game, I should say the first half. Johnson will pass. That's a completion. The tight end is there. Inside the 10-yard line goes Malachi Thomas. Justin Rogers has said that's the hub of our offense, kind of leading the way as a blocking tight end, but also a very dependable pass target. And he's already got 2 catches tonight.
Watch quarterback draw right here. Spread them out.
Boy, interesting formations from Thomas County Central and the pre-snap movement. They've had a lot of that. Brenton, handoff. Brenton will. No signal yet. They're going to say he's just short of the goal line. That'll bring up third down. Just short, they're going to say. I should say it'll bring up second down, excuse me. Just short, we'll see it again.
Great job blocking up front. Got on the second level, guards, Thomas County Central.
Now it's Brenton leaping over the pile, and he'll score a touchdown from 1 yard out. His 14th of the season, and it's all Yellow Jackets right now. And how about Brenton fired up right there?
Yeah, he come out of that. Look, he leaped him. Watch him get up. Comes running out of the pile. Good job there, cutting. See them cut the Marist defensive line there. No penetration. Touchdown.
The Renault extra point is no good. That's a guy who was really the hero in the win last week against Rome. Last second field goal, 4 total field goals, but he misses wide there on the PAT. That leaves our score at 13-0, and we will be right back.
How would you like to do something really different 1 weekend a month?
Charlie 2-2, this is Charlie 2-1. Thank you, Sergeant. If you've got what it takes, come join us.
To learn more about the State Defense Force, go to georgiavolunteer.com.
Hash browns are the French fries of breakfast.
Who says it's not French fries that are the hash browns of lunch and dinner?
That's also true.
Mix and match a sausage McMuffin with egg, bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddles, or crispy chicken biscuit for $4.49. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
From the baseline to the sideline, the best live sports from Atlanta and beyond are on Peachtree Sports Network. The biggest plays, the instant classics, and the next rising stars are right here on Peachtree Sports Network, your home for live local sports.
This is the Fantasy GOAT.
It's the difference between being the greatest of all time or having a bad season.
A complete disaster.
Saturdays at 6 on Peachtree Sports Network.
The GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com drive for the GHSA state title is sponsored by Kroger. Boost by Kroger Plus. More savings, more benefits, a new level of membership. Dog Nation. Visit DogNation.com for the latest Georgia team news and recruiting information. Georgia's Rome, where the rivers meet and the mountains begin. The Governor's Office of Highway Safety. Seatbelts save lives. The Governor's Office of Highway Safety reminds you to buckle up before every trip. And by the U.S. Army. Be all you can be.
All right, welcome back, everybody. There's our score. Thomas County Central 13, Marist nothing. Semifinal action in the state 6A classification on our drive to the GHSA state title here on the Peachtree Sports Network. Hayden Morales will be on to kick it off. Last time Marist fielded a kick, it was a big return. We'll see if the War Eagles can get one again. It was Charlie Lamb who got him to midfield the last time. They've got 3 deep men back here. Morales kick going to bounce, go into the end zone for a touchback. So now the War Eagles come out here on offense, and Rusty, for the option team that Marist is, of course, a classic triple option. Alan Chadwick even calls it the old school wishbone.
Yep.
How do you do this now facing a deficit?
Stay within your offense. But here's the thing, Brandon, you start counting possessions. So you got 4 minutes to go in the half. You're down 2 touchdowns. Thomas County Central will get the opening kick for the second half. So you would love to have points right here.
It'll be Ewart under center again. He's got a couple of wing-back, halfback split off to the side of him, and Ewart now going to pitch wide here, and that's some room to run there, and across the 30 and up to the 40-yard line. Walker Richens gets a big carry on the outside pitch on the left side there.
They've had a little bit of success with this go wide. Great job on the pitch there.
Richens just 17 carries on the season coming into tonight, but he's had 2 big ones in the first half for Marist thus far. Fresh set of downs now. Ball rests at the 39-yard line. Thomas County Central a little more spread out defensively than they've been for most of the night. Just 4 down linemen. Fullback dive up the middle and some room that time for Hughes. So a little bit softer in the middle, and that time Marist was able to take advantage of it.
That's been pretty consistent for them out of 4 possessions. They've been getting yardage with that. The problem is, Brandon, they've been staying behind the chains. They've been unable to use that play unless it's on first down.
Big 5-yard pickup. Reed Edwards, the tight end, becomes the lone receiver on the right side. Thomas County Central a little more bunched up now defensively, crowding bodies against the line of scrimmage. The safety, Kendarius Reddick's right up there as well. Now almost everybody is, and that may have forced movement from Marist as Thomas County Central kept creeping those bodies up there.
Yep.
The false start on the offense. Down remains second.
That's a killer, man. That is a killer against this offense.
And that'll get the Yellow Jackets crowd back into the game if they weren't already in it already.
You see head coach Justin Rogers, he actually looked back at the crowd and just said thank you and clapped his hands because he knows right now this is really something probably Marist didn't really understand because
against Marist, their first.
You're at home, Brandon, but you can't hear.
That's right. Of course, Justin Rogers loves these Thomas County Central folks. He says about coming up here to Atlanta to play, he was glad the people of Atlanta get to see what passion and pageantry at Thomas County Central is all about, that their home games are major community events, that he predicted that it would not feel like a road game because how many folks they would travel here, and that's exactly what has happened right now. 2nd and 10 now. Richens goes in motion. They fake the handoff to him. Now throwing, that is a pass complete into Yellow Jackets territory there. Nice catch by Reed Edwards, but a flag comes in, and it looks like it may be, as Rusty said, perhaps a late hit. Or a targeting call, and Edwards may be banged up.
Yeah, he came in and he calls it. You see him call it right there with his fists and gives him a targeting call.
Edwards is hopefully going to be okay here, but he's being tended to by medical personnel here right now. The play itself is a big one for Marist. They needed that completion. They get into Yellow Jacket territory, but it's obviously Reed Edwards' condition that we're going to be waiting for information on. While I have a moment, I'll also tell you about the SEC fanfare taking place this weekend because it's time to get ready for this year's SEC Championship. It's at Mercedes-Benz Stadium tomorrow. The championship game is going to kick off. It's 4 p.m., but the fans can get the action early with the Dr. Pepper fanfare on Friday, December 1st at the Georgia World Congress Center in Building B from 1 to 7 p.m. And then on Saturday, the Dr. Pepper fanfare continues from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., along with the return of the T-Mobile concert at noon featuring Darius Rucker. You can come out and experience everything that makes SEC football great, and admission is free to all. Talked to one of my buddies from Dr. Pepper today. They said they've been stocking every one of those luxury suites with Dr. Pepper there. Obviously, the
how many are you going to have tomorrow?
Quite a few. I can promise you that. One of the great things about the SEC championship game being in Atlanta is the presence of all of that.
Love the play call here. They just drag the tight end. Start a drag route, comes back underneath the linebackers. They hit Reed Edwards for about 14 yards. Then they get a personal foul on top of that. So Marist in Thomas County Central on the 28-29 yard, Brandon.
You see Ewart talking in the huddle. He'll now step under center on 1st and 10. Everybody kind of fighting this one out in the phone book. Very packed, tight formation for Marist. In motion goes Richens. It's the handoff there. He gets the block. And he's been one of the most explosive players offensively for Marist here today, getting the ball down to the 20-yard line. Pickup of about 9 that time on the first down carry.
Almost like a jet play. They just got it to him as soon as he came through in motion. And he's been kind of their guy that has a little giddy up for him. Watch him get him the ball right here. You see him looking at him, comes through on like a motion, little speed motion, gets him out on the edge. Second one
now. Ball sits at the 20-yard line.
Fullback dive.
Ewart not in a hurry. In motion. Hand goes to the fullback Hughes again. Looks like he's going to convert that first down.
I can guarantee you when it's 2nd and 1 with Marist, they're going fullback dive. They're not going to camouflage it.
That's not the deep shot we see some other offense taking.
No.
Once again, Joseph Pizzo, leading rusher last week in that win against Roswell. Apparently not available tonight. We haven't seen him yet. Expected to be battling an injury, and it may keep him out of this game, but on this drive, that has not been a problem. In motion again, jet sweep play. Fighting down near the 12-yard line. Another good carry there for Marist as the clock now ticks 90 seconds. That time it was Braden Lewis, the running back. That's a guy that Alan Chadwick says has been coming on very well lately. Improved considerably over the course of the season. Playing his best football right now when it matters most as we're looking at 2nd and 4. Winner of this game plays in Mercedes-Benz Stadium next. It's Ewart keeping it himself, and he's going to score from 12 yards out. Jack Ewart gets the War Eagles on the board.
What an answer by Marist, man. Get the ball with 4 minutes to go. Really no momentum, and man, did they need that drive right there. We're going to muddle huddle to see how Thomas County Central lines up. We're going to take a look.
He had 2 rushing touchdowns last week against Roswell. Gets one today, and it comes at a huge time. That'll send on Beck Janke. As Rusty said, a little bit of a muddle huddle look to begin with, but now they step back more traditionally. Ewart stays in as the holder. Janke will try the PAT. And Janke easily put it right through the center of the uprights, and all of a sudden Marist here has eaten into the Thomas County Central lead with less than a minute to go in the first half here. That's a big score for Marist, given the way this game had been playing out prior to that. While we have a moment, let's also remind you about Georgia's Rome and the chance to join them for the Holiday Lights of Rome here coming up. You can enjoy the Holiday Lights of Rome at this spectacular drive-through light show at the Coosa Valley Fairgrounds. It's already started from November 24th, rolling to this weekend, finishing there on December 1st, and it's only $20 per car to enjoy the light show. So you can plan your fun and get event details at romeevents.org. That's romeevents.org. Hopefully you've already been and you've gotten back, and now you're settling in on the last night of that to watch the rest of our game here.
I have to tailgate or something like that. Get my mind right.
Yeah.
Get my Griswold jersey on, my Blackhawks jersey, and I'll be by there.
Scoring summary here: 7 plays, 80 yards, 3:44 off the clock, and Ewart gets the rushing touchdown. He is the leading rusher for this team on the season. Although tonight he hasn't carried it a ton yet. You see our Breda Pest Management scoring summary. Creekside on top of Jefferson right now, 21-17. Good game brewing there. And Coffee, who has just been a juggernaut in 5A, on the road at Cartersville, but looking very good here right now in a battle of 2 terrific teams. But Coffee, quite a force here. So 59.9 seconds to go in our first half. That sails over the head of Reddick. Although they're going to I thought the ball went in the end zone. Yeah. So it's a touchback. Reddick tried to scoop it up, and the Auburn commit was going to try to make something happen. But for the audience who doesn't always watch high school football, keep in mind that a ball going into the end zone is a dead ball in Georgia high school football.
Yep.
Ooh, I don't know about that, though.
Where was his foot, too, there?
Yeah, maybe his foot stepped on the line. Heads-up play by Riddick, because obviously if you can get a guy like that returning, and I think you want to, but rule to, I guess they're going to say his foot touched the end zone line on that, the goal line. So
how aggressive do you want to be here if you're Thomas County Central? My instinct is to say you probably do want to be aggressive here, right?
If you pop something early. On a drive like this, can you get a draw, screen, or something to get you about 20, 25 yards? Because you understand, Brandon, you also start the second half with the ball.
Jalen Johnson will be in the shotgun. Pressure coming from Marist. Johnson gets it away, but just in time. Harpering and Mosley had the pressure like they've done so many times this year, and Johnson just had to get rid of that to live to fight on another down.
Yeah, try to go screen right there. Just try to pop something nice and easy, but good job by the Marist defense to sniff it out. See them release the guys right there, and Marist, look at them drop back into it. Good job. This might be a draw or something right here. See if you pop something easy.
Here comes the pressure again. It's going to be a handoff instead, going the way of Brenton.
Yeah, now you're going to allow unless Marist calls timeout. They sure did.
Interesting gamesmanship here on the part of Alan Chadwick.
He's trying to steal something, or maybe a possession.
How many times do you think he's done this over the course of his career?
This will be Marist's second charge timeout of the half.
Correct me if I'm wrong. He's been the head coach here since 1985.
1985.
He's had 79 career losses.
Yep.
7 of those have been in Thomas County Central.
Unbelievable. Speaking of that kind of thing, let's take a look at the Marist path to the playoff here, presented by Personal Touch Lawn Care. Of course, getting by Northside to begin and win against Brunswick in round 2. And then, I mean, to me, the most impressive thing about the run for Marist to the playoffs thus far, and I did talk to Alan Chadwick about this week, is we saw Roswell, throughout the season, Rusty was putting about 50 points on everyone. Not only has Marist become kind of a guaranteed about 40-point per game offense in the playoffs, but holding Roswell to 21 last week is a phenomenal feat.
I'm going to tell you something. Brunswick is a really good football team, too, and they ran them out of the building. And listen, at this point of the year, Brandon, everybody's good on both sides of the ball, and you can see the speed of the game tonight. I'm interested in how the adjustments that Chadwick makes, because it looks like out on the edge they're finding a little bit of success sealing off the edge. A fullback dive gives them a little bit.
Of course, the winner of this game will face the winner of Woodward Academy in Douglas County. Woodward Academy there because of an upset over Gainesville last week. And the state finals don't take place until December 11th to 13th. So you'll probably hear me say next week, but it's actually a little bit longer than that before the game takes place. Johnson going to run on third down.
They'll call it a timeout. Yep.
And Marist going to call a timeout again. We've seen the War Eagles have a successful kick return tonight. It was a kickoff, not a punt. But perhaps hoping to try to make something happen on special teams.
Marist calls his third and final timeout of the half.
Design draw and a screen.
You almost wonder on this fourth down play coming up if we'll see Mosley and Harpering kind of lining up in special teams the same way they come off the edge, as regular defensive ends. You wonder if those guys will get a chance to do that here on this fourth down.
Yep. Good point.
Because if they do, they're going to be hard to block because they've been hard for everyone to block.
Well, I know this. We're about to have a 1-hour first half.
Yeah, it's amazing. And by the way, speaking of fun action here with the state semifinals, don't forget it continues tomorrow on the Peachtree Sports Network with more high school athletics. It's the debut of the Corky Kell Dave Hunter Classic basketball event taking place at Norcross High School. It's River Ridge and Brookwood, a girls game starting at 11 a.m. Lanier at West Forsyth, or should not at West Forsyth, but Lanier versus West Forsyth on the boys' side at 12:45. At 2:30, it's Baldwin versus Norcross in girls action. And then at 4:15, Douglas of Atlanta against Norcross. Norcross doing a great job playing host to this, and really a fun start to what's going to be a terrific event.
We are expanding. I made a call to Dave Hunter this week. You and I are going to get the first ever Corky Kell pickleball tournament.
I like the idea of that.
That's us.
All right, so Harpering is actually going to line up right there in the middle of the formation. That's number 15. Back deep to receive this punt is Trace Gaines. Gaines will get a chance here, but he's going to be wrestled down right there at the sideline. Now, keep in mind.
Got one timeout.
But also remember, when we saw Marist earlier this season, they scored from midfield on the final play of the half.
Yes.
It was a well-designed run for Jack Ewer, the quarterback. He went straight up the middle for about 50 yards. So we've seen them use this time well before.
Good job there by Marist using their timeout. Get the ball back.
Let's see if Alan Chadwick gets the benefit of using those timeouts. He's created himself another possession near midfield with 35 seconds. Ewert will throw. Middle of the field. Harpering is there. Inside the 40, inside the 35-yard line. Defense trying to hold him up to run clock here, but it's going to stop after the first down with 27.1 seconds, and you're seeing a different side of Jack Ewert right now. He'll clock the football here, and that'll stop the clock with 24.6 seconds.
Nice ball right there by Ewert, stepping up, almost ran it, saw Harpering coming on that middle crossing route. They ran a double crossing route underneath, and they ran Harpering in behind it.
2nd and 10, but it's the clock that's the bigger factor. However, football rests on the 34-yard line of the Yellow Jackets.
They're double covering.
Any kind of points here would be huge. Ewert rolling right, buys time, puts it up for grabs, fight for the football, and it is incomplete. It's Harpering against Reddick. That's quite a one-on-one battle.
That's Georgia Tech versus Auburn. That's P5 football right there. I thought he had it for a minute, Harpering.
I thought they both had it for a second. So 3rd down. Obviously, Ewert's got plenty of arm. Yeah, it was really both guys had their chance there.
Yep.
That was fun.
I love the play call. Take a shot, man.
Yeah, Ewert doesn't throw it much, but as you see, he has no problem throwing the ball when called upon.
So if he runs quarterback draw, he has to get the first down or the half is over.
Gaines and Lewis are the 2 running backs. Ewert will throw, trying to get to the sideline. Harpering trying to get there, but he stays in bounds. That keeps the clock moving. Marist going to try to run up the line of scrimmage. They're going to try to get the football set here. We're under 5 seconds. Can Ewert get it done in time? He's going to have to hurry.
Nope.
He had to look towards the sideline. Thomas County Central is going to run off the field here. It looks like Marist ran out of time. Ewert was looking over towards the sideline, looking to see if he could get a play signaled in.
Yeah.
And that's going to bring us to the half there. A promising drive for Marist. Yields no points, but perhaps a suggestion that momentum can be up for grabs here for the War Eagles in the second half. Fun first 24 minutes, and a really good halftime show comes up right after this.
Hendrick.
Drive now, pay later. Shop HendrickCars.com this month and make no payments for 90 days. Over 20,000 new and pre-owned vehicles. No payments for 90 days. Visit HendrickCars.com.
Beginning the morning you opened your eyes, we spent every waking moment preparing you for the day you'd leave our nest. Whether it's driving to practice or helping with homework, it's all prepared you for, what am I going to be when I grow up? Will you be ready?
After much thought, I made my decision to take my talents to the IBEW Local 613.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers is not simply a job, it's a career. Visit IBEW613.org to begin a new future today.
My marriage kind of took a different path. He told me he was not moving back into the home. My biggest fear was the unknown. What would happen with the children and myself? What would happen with the house? I found Meriwether and Tharp. They told me that they would walk me through this divorce, and they did that tenfold. You need an attorney. You need the best attorney, and that's going to be Meriwether and Tharp.
I've used R.S. Andrews 15 years, purchased 2 heating and air systems, so I rely on their technicians for service. I call, they come, it's fixed. And I appreciate Andrews' commitment. He gives it his all. That's how R.S. Andrews makes me smile.
Yikey wawa! Running out of hot water is one way your water heater cries out for help. Call R.S. Andrews. Get a water heater rejuvenation. Your water heater gets added life, you get more hot water. Another way R.S. Andrews makes you smile today.
And welcome to the halftime show brought to you by Sports Turf. I'm Kaylee Mansell with our Kroger halftime guest. This is John Park, who is a Brookhaven council member. So first I want to know a little bit about you. How did you come into your position?
So about 9 years ago, I decided to run for office to represent my community because we were in U City and I just wanted the community to become great, so I ran for office. About 3 or 4 months ago, I actually resigned to run for mayor of Brookhaven,
Wow.
and that's what I'm doing now.
Wow, congratulations
Thank
to you.
you. Thank
Now,
you.
while you were on council, you approved massive contracts, including City Hall. What is the most important factor in those decisions?
The most important factor is we pick companies that get the job done and get it done right, because whatever we build has to last generations. So we want companies that can come in, get it done right, get it done on time, and get it done within the budget.
And what is the most important aspect of the people who work on these projects?
We want people that work on these projects to take pride in the work that they do, to be properly trained, to have a lot of experience and have the skills necessary to really get the job done, because it's going to be permanent.
And the union has academy programs for the youth. What are your thoughts on this?
I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to the city working with community organizations and the high schools to really give these young people an opportunity to get good paying jobs and have good careers and really build things that they can be proud of.
And here we are at a high school football game. How important is community in your campaign?
It means everything. Everything I do is grassroots, from meeting with the folks on the campaign trail to just going to meetings with everyone, all kinds of events. It means everything to us.
And I have to ask, because we've never had somebody that's been in your position on this show before. So what does campaigning look like for you?
It's busy. So basically my day consists of, I actually have a day job. I have to do my day job. I work my 8 hours, and I go and hit the trail, and I knock on doors and talk to, I've knocked on 4,000 doors. I've talked to about 1,500, 1,600 people. And then go to events like this and just show my face and show that I'm a part of the community.
So with a day job and campaigning for mayor, how do you manage your time?
I just don't get much sleep. It's just very, very busy. But we don't do it for the money. We do it because we care about our community.
And what is the platform that you're running on?
My platform is Brookhaven is at a crossroads, and we want to become a mature city that provides great services and has the lowest taxes and provides great services for the community and connect everyone and build that community.
Well, Mr. Park, I thank you for joining us, and I wish you the best of luck. You were fabulous. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All
very
right,
much.
guys, let's go ahead and take a look at the Marist Band, brought to you by Meriwether and Tharp.
You like a good deal, right? This is the best deal in dental. It's the Carefree Dental Card. If you don't have a good dental plan, or if your employer doesn't offer dental benefits, this is the deal you're looking for. Get the Carefree Dental Card, and for just $15.95 a month, you can see the dentist anytime and pay a whole lot less. We guarantee it, or your money back.
On my first visit, I saved $650. I should have done this a long time ago.
We used to pay full price at the dentist. Boy, was that dumb. We just saved $705.
Call the number on your screen and request your Carefree Dental Card free. We'll send your card and complete details at no cost and no obligation today.
Medicare doesn't cover dental, but we can afford this, even on our fixed income.
Unlike other dental plans, there's no activation fee with Carefree Dental, so call now to get your card at no cost today.
Other plans wanted me to pay for a whole year up front. Carefree's a much better deal, and no activation fees either.
Call during this TV offer, and we'll also include free vision benefits and free prescription drug benefits too. See for yourself why Carefree is the best deal in dental. Call now.
Call 1-800-961-5800 and use the code STARTFREE to get your Carefree card and free plan information. Plus receive free vision and prescription drug benefits and no activation fee. Call 1-800-961-5800.
And welcome back to the Halftime Show, brought to you by Sports Turf. I'm Kelly Mansell, and I have the honor of interviewing the president of SCORE Atlanta, IJ Rosenberg. You'll hear me talk about him on the wrap-up, but now you get to see his face. IJ, this is our 32nd game this year, and from your position, you're on the back end of everything. So what is it that the people at home don't see about the planning that goes into these Friday night football games?
Well, I mean, there's a ton of planning. I mean, you start with the Sheriff's Cup, which is the second week in August. Yep. Which was a very hot day out at Collinsville High School. You know, then you get the Corky Kell Classic, 11 games there, and then the 4 games at the Great Atlanta Bash, and then, of course, the 10 regular season games for Drive for the GHSA state title, and then now 4 games, and we wrap it up tonight with the semifinals. And you know, it's a lot. And you know, it leads with our producer Roddy White, our executive producer, who is the one during the week that's doing most of the work. He's coming out here. He's making sure the truck's going to fit and everything. We've got the satellite time and everything like that. So it's a lot of work. I mean, a lot of people in the Score Atlanta staff, Graham, David, all the way down, are out here, you know, writing previews, doing different things. And I'll tell you what's really working is this Peachtree Sports Network, because we picked up Macon, we picked up Savannah, we picked up Columbus, we picked up Albany. We're picking up all these towns down south. So people are finally, we do go down south. We went to Houston County for a game, but now people down south are really getting the opportunity to see high school football and what we're doing.
So if there was one thing that I could say about you that people probably don't know is that you have such an entrepreneur mind. You're always thinking about the next thing. We start the season with the Corky Kell Dave Hunter Classic, which is football, but tomorrow we're actually going to host the first ever Corky Kell Dave Hunter basketball tournament. And what in your mind did you say, okay, this needs to happen now, we need to start doing basketball?
Well, this is a tough day for me because this is the SEC
Yes,
championship.
it is. And he's an
I'm
Alabama
a big
fan.
Alabama guy.
Yeah.
But went to Alabama and proud of it. But I think what I decided was we needed to do it, and this was the only date where we could get the matchups that we wanted. Norcross High School is going to be the host, and I'm really excited. I mean, you talk about that first matchup, Brookwood against River Ridge. That's the 7A champion and the 6A champion last year in girls basketball. You know, we move on with Lanier and West Forsyth. Both those teams did well last year, those boys. You got Baldwin coming up and playing Norcross girls, are always one of the top teams in the state championships last year. And then the finale at 4:15, we hope it's a little bit earlier, bringing in Douglas Atlanta to play Norcross, which is a game that you're just not going to get an opportunity to see. So you're going to be able to watch it. If you want to come out and see some great basketball, it starts at 11 o'clock at Norcross High School.
So as a very vocal Alabama fan, I have to ask you here, when you planned the Corky Kell Dave Hunter basketball tournament, were you confident that Alabama was going to play in the SEC championship?
I was not, okay, because that came around the loss to Texas. But, you know, and I'm fine with that. You know, I'm fortunate because both my girls were involved in sports at the University of Georgia. So when they're not playing Alabama, I'm a big fan of Georgia. But they are playing Alabama tomorrow. And I know you work, of course, for Dog Nation, and your dad's got his own company. You are going to be out there working hard. So tomorrow should be a really special day for the city of Atlanta.
So usually on the show we like to keep it business, but I do want to get a little bit personal with you. You recently became a granddad, and from what I've heard, your granddaughter is Alabama's good luck charm. Do you want to comment on that?
Yeah, we had her last weekend, which was a lot of fun at our house. And, of course, Milrow threw the, fourth and forever.
31, yeah.
And you know what was neat about that was the kid he threw it to, Bond, has played in our Georgia Elite Classic, which, by the way, we will televise, and you will be there. We'll have 5 games, so we'll end up with 37 games this year. So that's exciting. He played in Corky. But you know what, Kaylee, it's just a lot of fun being involved in high school sports. And I'll come back afterwards because there's a lot of people I want to thank, including you.
Oh, well, IJ, thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to say I wish you the best of luck, but not necessarily the Alabama Crimson Tide tomorrow. But so glad to have you. We will touch on the Georgia Elite Classic in the post-game show, so make sure to stay tuned even after the game is over. Now the second half is about to start, so make sure to stay tuned.
Great teams are committed, focused on the details, and work hard to be their best. From practice to games, right down to their gear. Your field is a critical part of the game that allows your athletes to showcase their abilities. Sports Turf is committed to bringing your team innovative sports surfaces with unparalleled performance. You bring the vision, our team brings it to life.
A journeyman with Local 85, when you turn out, you can be hitting 6 figures.
Okay, I have your back, you have my back, we're gonna do this together. We're one for all for one.
College just wasn't for me. Let's look into actual career jobs that wouldn't take college, where I wouldn't, lose money and all that. Instead of losing a lot more money at the end, why not make money and make more money at the end?
What does it mean when people say America is a land of opportunity?
It means the power to discover.
To redefine yourself.
To improve yourself.
To challenge yourself.
To realize there's more in you
than you ever knew
that you could do.
It means giving people an open field to explore what they do best.
With the best tools,
The best training,
the best technology in the world.
We bring out the best in the people who serve.
so you can be all you can be.
And welcome back to the halftime show brought to you by Sports Turf. I'm Kaylee Mansell with Score Atlanta reporter Craig Sager. Craig, before we talk football, let's talk about the jam band that Marist has. I mean, we go to different places every single Friday night. We hear a lot of the same songs. We get to see some great bands, but I don't know if we've seen anything like this Marist jam band.
They're awesome. And even after the halftime performance, they played the Police. They're still playing as they're getting wheeled off. So, yeah, they're the best. Shout out to them.
So currently at the half, it is Thomas County Central 13, Marist 7. And here's the thing about a team like Marist that runs the triple options. They run the clock out, so you have to have quality possessions when you're the opposing team. Do you think that Thomas County Central is capitalizing on their possessions?
Yes, they are. I mean, striking first was so key for Thomas County Central, especially them getting the ball in the second half. Rome got on them early last week. They had to have the 4 field goals to kind of pull away. But here's the thing about Marist. They had a big return in that first quarter, and then they've broken some big plays, and that's what they do. They can steal momentum and break the big plays with the pitch.
And although we have a great game going on here, there are also a lot of other games going on across the state. So let's take a look at our scoreboard brought to you by Score Atlanta. We have very few games to go over tonight, so there you have it. The first one, Walton over Camden County, 21-0. I think Camden just scored, though, correct?
That's right, a big 60-yard touchdown. I think there wasn't much there, but that was the third play of the second half, so it's 21-7 now. Jeremy Hecklinski, 3 touchdowns in that first half.
And Milton, Grayson, still close, still anybody's game. Milton's held the lead for the majority of the game, but Grayson seems to be coming back. So if you want to keep up with that score, you can check it out on scoreatl.com. And then we have our other 6A matchup, which is Douglas County and Woodward Academy. Douglas County leading the way in the second quarter as of now, 14-3.
Yeah, that's a big result. Woodward has a great defense, not as much firepower as Douglas County, so them having a first half lead, that's huge. And then in terms of the Milton Grayson, I did check into that one. There have been a few turnovers by Grayson that first half.
And going ahead and looking at our next set of scores, a close game, Jefferson Creekside 21-17. Jefferson had the lead for the majority of the game, so Creekside must have just scored. Still third quarter, anybody's game at this point. Coffee, Cartersville, that seems to have been the biggest difference so far in the games. Coffee shutting out Cartersville in the third quarter, 23-0. The big shocker, now you did pick Stockbridge to win. I will give you the credit, but when you look at the score between Stockbridge and Benedictine, did you expect there to be so much separation?
No, not at all. And I really liked the way Stockbridge came out in the first half and then closed it. They kicked a key field goal to give them that 14-point lead right before the half. So a really well executed home playoff game by the Tigers. That's huge. But Benedictine, I think they are the best second half team, so they got to hold on to it. But Jaden Duke Scott is doing his thing.
And you see the battle of the Panthers down there. Stars Mill leading the way. Taking a look at our next set of scores. Cedar Grove, Calvary Day, Cedar Grove up by 2 touchdowns right now in the third quarter. And then we have Savannah Christian over Carver Columbus, 37-18. Wow, that one's a big one. And then you see Pierce County leading the way, 21-7 over Fitzgerald. And then Rockmart is leading Cook. That Fitzgerald-Pierce County game looks like it could be coming to an end. But Craig, when you look at the scores in front of you, what stands out?
I think Cedar Grove, just their speed's too much for Calvary Day offensively. However, Calvary Day, if you look at a team that is built to come back and pass their way back into it, it's their offense with Jake Merklinger. They had a great second half against Wesleyan last round, so we'll see if they can get some points to start that second half. And then Savannah Christian, that's a strong result. They got all over Carver Columbus.
And moving on to our last page of scores so far, Manchester over Telfair County, 28-7, still in the third quarter. Sly and Bowden, they've been neck and neck all game. We've been keeping our eye out on that one. As of right now, Sly County has a slight lead over Bowden, 17-14. Prince Avenue, 42-0. I mean, just what a standout team. Stand-up quarterback, Aaron Philo, what he's done for that program, and they're so well coached, and this is when you really start to see it. I mean, this is the Final Four, and they're beating their opponent 42-0 in the third quarter, Craig.
I know. If you're Mary Persons watching this halftime show right now, you're probably like, hey, we got that win over the Wolverines this year. You got to be feeling pretty good the way they've been dominating.
So, Craig, right now the home team, Marist, is down. What do they have to do to be able to come back here in the second half?
Well, they're having trouble stopping that offense. I mean, it's going to come down to possessions. When each team's getting 1 per quarter. I mean, every play matters, but they need to get them into 3rd and longs. Thomas County Central's had a ton of success on 1st down. Great runs by the quarterback as well, but I still like the way Marist into that first half.
Well, if you're just now tuning in, it is 13 Thomas County Central to Marist 7. The second half is about to start, and we've got a great game, so you don't want to miss it. Stay right where you're at.
Everywhere there are leaders and there are followers. My law firm has an amazing track record of getting great results for our clients. But be careful, there are imposters out there who buy my name on Google. They're trying to trick you into hiring them instead of us. Don't fall for this scam. Just use the QR code right here on the screen, and it'll connect you directly to my office. There's only one call, that's all.
Call 1-800-CALL-KEN.
At Ingles, we are proud to introduce our all-new curbside service. Just visit shop.ingles-markets.com or download the app to order, and our friendly staff will bring your groceries right to your car and have you ready to go in no time. Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
I was riding the dirt bike a little bit too fast down the road, and I went flying full speed basically with the bike into a tree. I broke my neck from the whiplash of it. And when the motorcycle helmet came down, it actually severed the tube that carries the oxygen into your lungs. If I didn't have the surgical team that I had, if I didn't have the nurses that I had at Grady, I wouldn't be here. And I can't express in words what it means to me and to my family.
From the baseline to the sideline, the best live sports from Atlanta and beyond are on Peachtree Sports Network. The biggest plays, the instant classics, and the next rising stars are right here on Peachtree Sports Network, your home for live local sports.
Here's to the legends who paved the way for the stars of today. Because when you celebrate the past, you embrace the future. Origin Sports, run it back.
Peachtree Sports Network, your home for the Atlanta Gladiators.
Everybody, Brandon Adams, Rusty Manziel, halftime here with Marist trailing right now. Thomas County Central on top, 13-7, third quarter action about to get underway. But before we see that, let's go back and look at some of what happened there in the first half. Let's take a look at our halftime stats here presented by the Mechanical Trades Institute. Going to be interesting to see the tail of the tape here. Both teams having some success with the rushing yards. Really, the total yardage ended up being pretty even for both these teams. In fact, it's actually a slight edge for Marist based on some of the success they had there late. But a turnover matters, a couple penalties matter, and obviously that's the difference in terms of Thomas County Central having this lead here right now.
Yep, big turnover right there, converted into a touchdown, and really, Brandon, everything else kind of even. You know what I mean? Just amount of possessions, couple of stops, and I think Marist found a little something there late in the half.
A lot of those passing yards, as Rusty said, kind of come late in the second quarter as you see the Yellow Jackets coming back on the field, and Marist obviously getting ready too. Also a chance for us to see our halftime highlights here presented by Ford. We'll go back and look at how the scoring and the big plays happened there for the first half. Starting with Marist there in an unbelievable play defensively, coming over by Clayton Hutto to make the stop there. And then Thomas County Central would get on the board first with the touchdown by Jalen Johnson. Then it was a nice return, setting up really good field position for Marist. Walker Richens had that. And then you see Ewert.
Almost a turnover there.
Almost the turnover. Another big play by Runo there. And then Ewert. That was the turnover that ended up being a huge deal as Cameron Brooks came in and blew up the play and then kind of forced the fumble himself.
Go up 13-0 at this point.
Absolutely. That was the touchdown there by Brenton. You're up big. And then Marist, to its credit, comes back down and gets its own score as Ewert marches ahead 12 yards for a touchdown. And as Rusty said, after that, they would get the football back. They were driving near the end of the first half. So perhaps a little bit of a chance for Marist to establish some momentum, but it will be the Yellow Jackets get the football first to begin the third quarter. So we'll take one more quick commercial timeout, and we'll be back and find out which of these two teams will play for a state championship here on the Peachtree Sports Network.
Man, you know how to do this?
Man, I don't even know. I was flipping burgers last week.
Violation, unsportsmanlike conduct, impersonating a craftsman.
Skilled trade unions are well-trained career pros, not part-timers. Construction is a rewarding and lucrative career with the advancement potential, but you have to do it the right way with the right training. Learn how you can be a pro. Find your career at GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com.
Planting season is here, and it's time to get your yard looking its best. So treat your yard to the perfect touch from the professionals at Personal Touch Lawn Care. Mowing, maintenance, design, and construction. Personal Touch Lawn Care does it all.
If my yard is taken care of, it's one thing off my list that I don't have to worry about.
Sign up now for monthly maintenance and get the 12th month free.
Big enough to serve you, small enough to know you.
Personal Touch Lawn Care, 770-908-1238 or online at ptlcatlanta.com.
America, it's time to gear up and get out there in a new Ford vehicle. And it all starts at your local Ford dealer during the Discover Summer Sales Event. Choose from a great selection of trucks and SUVs equipped with the tech and comfort you need to discover your best summer ever. With a large inventory in stock, now is the best time to trade in, trade up, and discover summer with Ford. Now get 2.9% financing for 60 months plus up to $4,500 cash back on select Ford SUVs. See your local Ford dealer and discover your best summer ever.
The drive for the GHSA state title is presented by GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com. Transform your future today.
And welcome back. 13-7 is our score. You see the folks there dressed in Thomas County Central, navy blue and gold. Their fans traveling up hundreds of miles to get here, 240 miles to be exact. And they have packed out their side of the stadium, and they have made tons of noise all night long, and they've had enough to cheer for thus far to keep them happy. Up by 6 points here as we begin third quarter action. Drew Linehan will kick it off and kick it into the end zone, and that's where it'll be. Touchback, 1st and 10 from the 20 coming up for the Yellow Jackets to begin here. 24 minutes from now, one of these teams will be playing in a state championship coming in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Of course, those championship games returning to that venue this year, taking place December 11th through the 13th. They'll face the winner of Woodward Academy in Douglas County. And Douglas County, if you've been watching the Breda Pest Management score ticker, has been leading in that tonight.
A lot of time goes into a season, Brandon. You have a lot that goes in. You start lifting weights in January, you run, you do all these things, you have all these meetings, you spend all summer together. It's amazing that it comes down to 2 quarters.
It is. Thomas County Central, the highest ranked team still remaining in 6A, coming in at number 2 on the night. They're 13-0. They've played the last 2 weeks, though, in road games because of coin tosses that did not go their way based on their position in the bracket. Marist only lost 1 time here this season. It's a handoff to Thomas County Central and first down. Trey Britton gets the ball up to the 35-yard line. And he's been a weapon here tonight.
Man, what a block there by number 76. That's Alex Ward, senior offensive tackle, just sealed off his guy and gave his running back an alley for Thomas County Central. It's the big 76 there at left tackle. 5
seniors across on the offensive line. It's a pitch play going to Brenton. He tried to cut back left. That was a good tackle that time by Walker Richards, though, to prevent that from happening. Cut him back inside. Harpering was there as well.
Yep. Lost a yard there. Going to be 2nd 11.
One of the things to watch for with Brenton is something that Justin Rogers told us this week. That's one of those running backs in kind of the traditional mold that he says gets better as the game goes along. He has not carried it exclusively tonight, though, so perhaps he's got fresh legs here in the 3rd quarter. That's a pass complete. Johnson connecting with his man up there near the 43-yard line. Another catch for Malachi Thomas, his 3rd of the night.
It's going to be about 3rd and 2 after that completion. They're going to hurry up. About 3rd, maybe about 2.5, looks like, from the marking.
Johnson, handoff to Brenton. Brenton fights free, gets a block. He's down the sideline into War Eagle territory there at the 30-yard line. 27 yards on the play.
Good job blocking up front. Just a big alley there. They're on the ball fast. Maybe this is an adjustment from Thomas County Central.
Brenton again. This time going to be corralled right there at the line of scrimmage. Henry Utch, the defensive lineman for Marist, was in the backfield to meet him. Still found a way to get himself 3, though. That makes 2nd and 7. Pringle is your slot receiver on the left side. Handoff again. Brenton. Flag comes in. He got across the 25 down near the 24.
I believe they're going to get a hold on Malachi Thomas, the tight end. I believe he got a lot of jersey there out on the edge, trying to block a defender. See if they call it here.
You know, Rusty, we were prepared for terrible weather tonight, and there's the holding call.
On the offense, down remains second.
Yeah, I believe they got number 2 on that. Yeah, it was really kind of, I've been in Atlanta all day because it was kind of nasty and drizzly and all that, but felt like looking at the forecast tonight, we were going to be in a good situation.
Saw the referee with his back turned to us. We're a little bit of a different setup here. We are actually broadcasting from the visitor side. That's where our hard camera locations are, and referee looking over to the home side.
A little open air booth here.
Johnson trying to buy himself some time. Harper, he had the pass rush, and it's intercepted. Picked off on the play. Turnover to start things here in the second half. That was Whit Blackburn, the linebacker, who's made play after play all year long. 3rd interception of the year for Blackburn.
Yeah, he just gets out of the pocket. You don't want to throw it back across your body. You throw the ball over the middle like that. Coming back across the field. They tell you not to do that. It's just a young quarterback, and Marist makes him pay with a turnover.
Harpering, the son of Matt Harpering, the former Marist star who played at Georgia Tech and then the NBA. Luke Harpering gets the pass pressure that results in the Whit Blackburn interception, and now Marist with the football after the turnover. Thomas County Central converted a turnover into points. Oh, and it's a big hit on first down. It's a football that's up for grabs, but Marist falls on it.
Wow. Number 27, Jaden Rugo. You talking about laying some paint. Watch this linebacker blitz. Right here. Boom. Wow. Picture perfect.
So Richens, the running back, fell back down on that. Otherwise, that would have been a turnover, and that's the second time tonight that Thomas County Central has really blown up with that outside pitch play on the option. It loses 6 yards, makes it 2nd 16. Ewart inside handoff. Different look there, trying to get the ball to Richens again, but Thomas County Central was all over that, and you saw Walter Reddick, the senior defensive lineman, coming up celebrating after that stop, and after the turnover, it's now quickly 3rd down.
Just a little inside counter play. We used to call that 45 counter. Coming back to the weak side of Thomas County Central, all over that play.
Justin Rogers talked about how many different looks Marist can give you through the option.
Watch Ewart out in space here. They can roll him out, give him a run pass option. Got tripped right.
3rd and 17 coming up. It is so unbelievably loud. Handoff up the middle. Ball back to the 20-yard line, but still well short. And so Thomas County Central coughs it up on an interception, and the defense yields nothing. And now Marist is going to have to punt again. That'll bring on Grady Jones to do that. Pringle will be the man back deep to receive. Keep in mind here, Thomas County Central had a little bit of a preview of this option. It did play round 1 against St. Pius.
Yep.
Another private Catholic school here in the Atlanta area that runs a similar offense. But the one thing Justin Rogers says is not only does that give us a look at the option, it also gave Alan Chadwick a look at how we defended it. Big punt once again.
Man, gracious.
That thing is just an absolute missile.
They punted it 20 yards past the third man.
I mean, absolutely getting into that. And so Thomas County Central will get the football back here. And we're going to take a quick timeout. We'll show you this right after this. Exciting action here. Quick timeout. We'll be back with more.
From the baseline to the sideline, the best live sports from Atlanta and beyond are on Peachtree Sports Network. The biggest plays, the instant classics, and the next rising stars are right here on Peachtree Sports Network, your home for live local sports.
I'm attorney Dr. Rod Edmond at Edmond & Lindsey. We focus on medical malpractice and wrongful death cases. Our law firm has won large monetary recoveries for our clients. Results like $6 million for a wrongful death case, $4.3 million for a medical malpractice case, $5 million in a jury verdict for wrongful death, and many others. If you're a victim of medical negligence or have lost a loved one due to another's fault, call us today at 404-525-1080. Edmond & Lindsey, when I'm sorry is not enough.
Oh my gosh! Nice.
World Chase Tag is the Pro League tournament for the planet's most intense new game, which takes the art of being hunted down to a whole new level. It is relentless and fiercely intense, with a chaser having just 20 seconds to get a hand on an invader.
He's done it! He has done it!
And there's only one rule. Don't get caught.
Tuesdays at 7 on Peachtree Sports Network. GHSA state title is sponsored by the Mechanical Trades Institute, the best-kept secret everyone should know about. Smart Local 85, sheet metal is a smart move. Gatorade, fuel tomorrow. The Georgia Sheet Metal and Air Conditioning Contractors Association, careersinsheetmetal.com, building a solid future. The Atlanta Falcons, rise up dirty birds. And by the Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office. Together, we can make a difference.
And we are back, third quarter action, 7:39 to go in the period. Thomas County Central up 13-7. Yellow Jackets get the football again. Brenton looking for room to run on first down. Up to the 38-yard line. They got about 6 that time.
It's almost like Justin Rogers gave that man enough speech. We're going to run the ball right at him.
Gave him a little too much credit. Actually, 37-yard line to the 5-yard carry that time for Brent. Now dancing in the backfield on the second down carry. Now trying to fight forward across the 40-yard line. Pyle still moving up to the 45. And as Rusty said, they certainly look man enough right now. Yeah, change move after that big running play.
That looks like one of those halftime speeches. We're going to quit playing around, and we're about to go run the ball down their throat, see if they can stop us.
Clock, amazing how quickly it becomes a factor.
My goodness.
Thomas County Central is in itself, as Rusty said, a little bit of a run-first team, too. Brenton now. Boy, you wonder if it's going to be his time to shine here in the third quarter. Trying to shake free of a tackle, but he's inside War Eagle territory. Casey Comerford, the cornerback, comes up, makes the stop, but Yellow Jackets now into War Eagle territory at the 47. Johnson shotgun. Now it's a change of pace. Ahmad Ponder gets the ball, but the point that I was making, as you see Jackson Hughes in there to make the stop, the point that I was making is you almost wonder, given the fact that Brenton was somewhat lightly used in the first half, if they just feel like after back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons, this is sort of his night now to kind of push him into a state championship game.
And you get going as a game, but when you regroup at halftime, coaches say, hey, look, we're not feeding him enough, coach. Let's get him the ball, and it looks like that's been early in the second half. 23, you're going to get a heavy dose of 23 if you're the Marist defense.
Marist puts 4 guys on the line of scrimmage here on third down. Johnson now rolling, throwing sideline over the head of his intended target, Trayvon Pringle. And the War Eagles are now forced to fourth down, and their crowd got really into it on the other side of the field from where we are on that play.
Both defenses early on here doing a good job. Don't tell me this is going to come down to one of those late turnovers and who can convert.
Last week, it was Thomas County Central kicking 4 field goals, including one on the final play of the game. Drew Renault obviously responsible for all of those to win at Rome. It was a game in which neither team had 100 yards rushing. Both sides only had 1 touchdown on 4 trips to the red zone. Very similar stat lines. And this, oh my goodness. That's going to become a huge issue there as Trace Gaines lets the ball roll, and it rolls all the way to the goal line, and Thomas County Central is going to put it right back there on the goal line, backing Marist up right to the goal line as they get the football coming back here.
Yeah, we're going to stay here, right here.
So how about that in the fact that Gaines lets it bounce and roll, and perhaps he needed to do that, but it ends up being a very fortuitous roll and bounce for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, tough one there. Now you got to go 99.
99 yards indeed. And you kind of wonder for Marist, I mean, obviously given the field position, maybe a little bit of a different type of thing here, but what we saw for the War Eagles at the end of the first half was finding success through the air. Ewert shows you that while he does not throw it much, he can throw it efficiently. He was 4 of 6 passing last week in the win against Roswell, and he connected on a couple of nice throws. You know, not because you're panicked, you've got plenty of possessions, you're only down 6 points, but because it's just been effective, and Harpering is maybe the most dynamic, you know, individual player on this offense right now. If you're Marist, do you want to throw it more right now?
You found some things with the crossing route with the tight ends and him out in space a little bit, but I think right here you're going to see a fullback dive, but then I want to see if they go back to that kind of jet sweep, getting out on the edge a little bit. They have success with that.
If they go to the outside run, it's the left side on that's been more successful. In this particular case, it'll be the far side of the field. And by the way, you see a look at the Vuvuzelas. We've never had an environment like this. I literally cannot hear anything that Rusty has said almost the entire night when they make this noise. They're louder than they've been all night on this first down right from the goal line. Ewert's under center. Going to roll left. He will look to throw. It's going to be a pass caught out of the end zone and across the 20-yard line there. How about the roll of the dice to Braden Lewis? A heads-up play by Paul Leffridge, the offensive coordinator, and Alan Chadwick willing to be aggressive there right in the shadow of the goal line.
Man, you talking about dialing one up right here with the crowd against you. What a catch there, too. He had the body control to come back, but Paul Leffridge with a big-time call.
That's our game's key first down, brought to you by the Atlanta Falcons. That does not quiet down this Yellow Jacket crowd, but it's a big play to Lewis. Now it's the fullback dive to Hughes.
Man, what an absolute call. We're sitting beside the Thomas County Central coaches, and they kind of like, oh, my goodness, called us right there.
Ball rests at the 26. Makes it 2nd and 8. You see Alan Chadwick as calm as ever, but his team just got a very big passing play to create some offensive room. And Ewert through the air tonight has been true. He'll have 2 receivers, split both on the wide side, although more bunched in than some formation. Thomas County Central creeps guys the line of scrimmage, and the football may have come free. Ewert looked to have kept that himself, and the football may have come free, but it also looks like Marist may have fallen back on it.
The bomb of Thomas County Central comes up.
Yeah, that was Reddick.
Down.
Yeah, so that was Reddick that came up with it, but they're going to say he's down. We'll see it again. Actually, it was, yeah.
Telling you, man, 27 has had a game. Rubo for Thomas County Central linebacker. He has been all over the place.
All right, 3rd and 8 now. About to go under 4 minutes in the 3rd quarter. Gaines is the running back, the halfback to Ewert's right. Ewert looking to throw, middle of the field, contact, flag comes in. Yeah. Reed Edwards was the intended target, but he was bumped early. Thomas County Central doesn't like it, but it seemed like a pretty easy call.
Yeah, I think it's pass interference. It's crazy to me. The guy that's the furthest away made that call. The guy behind it and the guy in front of it didn't make the call. It was the guy all the way on the Thomas County sideline. But I do believe from my angle that was a pass interference.
Yeah, In real time, it seemed like too much contact.
Yeah, from coming over the back of him, yeah.
Pass interference on the defense. A penalty results in the first down.
So the 15 yards results in a first down. Let's see it again here now, Rusty.
See if he comes across over his back right here. Probably, yeah, a little bit early there. Hard to see. It's at speed, but
ball on the 42.
Man, it's loud in here. You can't even hear.
That's the handoff. Actually, that's Ewert keeping it himself.
Yeah, Ewert kept it there.
Yeah, Ewert keeping himself.
Try to give him some eye candy with that motion. Tell you what, they have found some success throwing the ball. That's been the difference tonight. I think the adjustment for Marist has been some success throwing the ball. And I said earlier in the night, they're not going to throw the ball. Well, guess what? They found a wrinkle, and they've used it.
Second down now. Ewert moving some pieces around. He'll have one back to his right. That's been a familiar formation here on this drive. In motion goes Garrick. Tip pass, but it's still completion. And maybe staying on his feet and finding up near midfield that time was Walker Richards. Richards had a nice night offensively.
He's had a nice night.
Carrying the football and there coming up with a catch. His sixth reception of the season.
Big kick return as well.
That's going to bring up 3rd and 3.
Clock running, Brandon. 2 minutes left already.
Ewert under center. 4 down linemen across. Now they creep a linebacker up near the line of scrimmage. That's Rubio, who's had so many big moments. You almost can't even hear yourself think. It's so loud.
How loud it is.
In motion. Pitch to the running back. Trying to fight forward. He's going to be hit right there at midfield. He's going to be short. And that's a 4th down.
What a play by Thomas County Central. Clayton Hutto, watch him come up. Watch 15 come up. He's got a blocker out in front of him. Watch him show support. He takes on the blocker for his teammate there. What a play. And Thomas County Central. Marist looks like they're going for it, Brandon.
Marist will keep the offense here on 4th and 1. Ewert. He's going to fake the fullback dive, give the pitch, and that's Richards. And Richards has got room. And he gets the first down. There's going to be a hit out of bounds. You'll add 15 yards on that. So Ewert executed the fullback dive fake perfectly, pitched out to Richards on the left side. That's worked almost all night long. He gets the big gain, knocked out of bounds, late hit, gets the 15 yards added on that. Option play working perfectly for Marist on that 4th down.
And that play has been successful tonight, and then, man, you chip on 15 right there.
It was Reddick, the safety, who had the late hit.
Personal foul on the defense. That results in a 1st down.
.76 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Every snap matters because this clock keeps moving with both these teams so content to run the football. Halfbacks both kind of split out wide here. Ewert fakes, looking to throw, hit it as he does throw. Ball out of bounds. Intended target that time was Braden Lewis.
Yeah, he tried to do a backside wheel route, sneak him out of the backfield there. And good job, Thomas County Central picking that up. See that little orbit motion there, and he takes off and running. He's got one-on-one with a linebacker, but his safety helps him there. Nice job by Riddick to stay home.
Clock stops, 70 seconds in the 3rd quarter. Marist trails, but trying to change that. TCC puts 5 across in the line of scrimmage. Ewert, pitch on the right side this time, and he's hit in the backfield. Caleb Clayton Hutto comes up with another big play.
I'm no offensive coordinator, but I'm staying away from his side because he's going to show on run support. Watch 15 come up here. He is seeking contact, and that's exactly how you play that coming to your side. That's about the third time tonight the 15's had a negative play in run support.
Clock ticking under a minute. Hutto has been all over the place. 3rd and 13. Noise is deafening. Ewert trying to buy time. Hit as he throws. Ball falls harmlessly to the ground. The Thomas County Central coaching staff wants a intentional grounding. A flag does come in. We'll see if they get their wish. They thought that Ewert was throwing to nowhere in particular.
Does the ball get back to the line of scrimmage as well? I don't believe there's anybody out there.
Yeah, there's no target. He was not outside the tackle box.
And the ball didn't get back to the line of scrimmage either, so I believe they're going to give them.
If that is the intentional grounding, it's also a loss of down, of course. And they are going to back him up.
Intentional grounding on the offense. The ball never got to the line of scrimmage. It's also a loss of down. 4th down.
Grady Jones has been a weapon as a punter. If he gets into this one, he could flip the field much the same way Thomas County Central did a moment ago. Although the Yellow Jackets have got the whole world here at the line of scrimmage. Pringle is your deep man to receive it.
They're backing off now.
Pressure coming, but Jones gets it away. Not his best punt, but it may take a War Eagle roll here, and it will. And it's going to go dead right there. We called it right there, just like the benefit that Morales gave the Yellow Jackets. Coming right back, Grady Jones gets his own punt right there. And that's going to back TCC up. And while we have a moment and you see it rolling dead, let's also take a moment to get an update on the Georgia Elite Classic coming up later on in December. As you see it going dead right there inside the 1 yard line. A fun time, Rusty, here. It's going to be a tremendous experience.
Yeah, we're going to do a showcase next week a week from Sunday at Blessed Trinity for really those last few spots. And we kind of like to look at kids in person and try to fill some spots. So that's going to be at Blessed Trinity next Sunday, the 10th. And there's a QR code. You can scan that, get information. And we hold spots for every single game that to try to fill that day. So come out, opportunity to play on TV, the Georgia Elite Classic.
Johnson takes the snap from the end zone, and then he gets a block. Flag comes in too. Yeah, they may have gotten the block in the back there.
Yeah.
It's a pretty well-designed play, just on a direct snap to the quarterback who design run, and he almost busted that thing on the sideline for something big.
Yeah, let's see if they get a hold out in space here outside. Yeah, they got 7.
You're going to get Pringle there.
Yep.
It's not going to be a block in the back. It's going to be a hold.
That's a straight hold.
Yeah.
Yep. When there's nobody else around, they're going to get you on that one.
Yeah, we always say it when the play is going one way and the defender's
holding
going the other way.
on the offense. We'll replay 1st down.
Under, looking at 8.2 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. Marist hoping for a big play defensively. You hear the siren blaring over there on their side. They've been playing music, and we haven't been able to hear it because we've got Fubo Sailors Nation on this side. Brenton lowering his shoulder, getting up near the 8 yard line. That's going to give a little bit of room to breathe on a 2nd down play coming up. But before that, it's a break for the end of the 3rd quarter. 12 minutes will decide it. Someone's going to play for a state championship. And it's anybody's ball game as we head to the 4th. We'll be right back after this.
Okay, going back to 1.
This industry is my life. The Georgia film industry feeds my children, and it feeds my dreams, which are 2 very important things. The film community is a real vital ecosystem. You can make a living in it in an incredible town.
Real jobs, real impact. Support Georgia Films. Visit whygeorgia.com.
From the baseline to the sideline, The best live sports from Atlanta and beyond are on Peachtree Sports Network. The biggest plays, the instant classics, and the next rising stars are right here on Peachtree Sports Network, your home for live local sports.
Power Nation is your source for authentic automotive how-to. Detroit Muscle, celebrating the passion and performance of Motor City Cool. Truck Tech, smoking the streets and tackling the trails are just part of highway hauling fun. Engine Power, it's high cranking performance with the science of speed and torque. And our newest show, Carcass, imagination, fabrication, and plenty of perspiration. Let the thrill begin. Power Nation.
And a wonderful look there at the Marist student section with their phones out. The light show to begin the fourth quarter here. Their side fired up because they know what's at stake here over the course of these final 12 minutes. Brandon Adams, Rusty Mansell.
1 quarter.
Yeah, 12 minutes, 1 quarter to decide who plays for a state championship. It has been a fun one, and perhaps in this game the best is still yet to come. Of course, TCC, a 7-1 all-time series advantage. They've met 4 times, these two teams have, in state semifinals. This will be the 5th. As you see Johnson carrying it again.
Tell you what, Brandon, you have to watch as a team now because there's no guarantee more than one more possession the way this game has unfolded.
Yeah, if you're just joining us or not fully acquainted, Marist, very famous running the triple option. Alan Chadwick, head coach here since 1985. But Thomas County Central also a little bit of a run-first team as well. Brenton, big carry up to the 25-yard line. He gets 11, and that moves the chain.
Yeah, he's tapping out right there. He's tired, man, and he tried to go out, and they wouldn't let him go out. They said, hey, big man, we need you, dog. We need you 1 more quarter.
You can rest all you want to on Friday night and Saturday.
Got a long ride home, big dog, if we win this one.
Johnson takes a low snap, fires, big strike, trying to connect with Pringle. Pringle appeared to be open. I don't know if he didn't see the football, but
he didn't turn his head around, but he was open. And you see Rogers really concerned there. His running back comes off. Quarterback takes a shot, but he goes up to see him. Got a player down there for Marist.
Can't tell who that is right now. But while the injury is tended to, we'll take a timeout here. Come back and try to give you more information right after this.
Dang, where you get this car?
You need to join the union.
The union?
Absolutely. You can get 10 of these.
Union construction workers earn the highest wages with the best benefits and the most protection in the construction industry. Find your career in construction. Go to GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com and start your future today.
Hendrick.
Drive now, pay later. Shop HendrickCars.com this month and make no payments for 90 days. Over 20,000 new and pre-owned vehicles. No payments for 90 days. Visit HendrickCars.com.
My marriage kind of took a different path. He told me he was not moving back into the home. My biggest fear was the unknown. What would happen with the children and myself? What would happen with the house? I found Meriwether and Tharp. They told me that they would walk me through this divorce, and they did that tenfold. You need an attorney. You need the best attorney, and that's going to be Meriwether and Tharp.
Great teams are committed, focused on the details, and work hard to be their best. From practice to games, right down to their gear. Your field is a critical part of the game that allows your athletes to showcase their athletic abilities. Sports Turf is committed to bringing your team innovative sports surfaces with unparalleled performance. You bring the vision. Our team brings it to life.
We are back here after an injury timeout. It's 13-7, Thomas County Central on top of Marist. Looking at a second down now coming up. That's a handoff. Hit right there in the backfield. Good play that time by Wyatt Alford, linebacker, to get back there. And it was Ahmad Ponder on the carry for the Yellow Jackets.
Benson coming right back in, but great job there by 34, just scraping down the line, finding his lane to step up and make a tackle. Good job by the linebacker. Big third down, Brandon.
We'll see if Johnson puts it in the air here. He's got 4 receivers, 2 on each side. This is also where Marist is dangerous with its pass rush.
They've been blitzing tonight in this situation. See if they bring an extra backer right here. They do. They're showing it. Didn't get it off, man.
Okay. So, yeah.
They call timeout. They call timeout. They got a timeout.
Okay,
right
so,
before.
yes. So, Thomas County Central, clear signal from the officials. They do get the timeout.
Thomas County Central has called their first timeout of the second half.
You also got a shot there a moment ago of how into this the Marist side of the field is. That's the far side from where we are. But their folks are super into it there as well. We'll also give you our recruiting report here presented by Dog Nation. Rusty, that Georgia League Classic looms large and a lot of fun here coming up.
Yeah, really concentrated on the seniors there. You see that. We got some special things we're going to do with the senior class. Work with a company. We're going to do the GPS vest.
That's fun.
So our skill players will have the vest on during practice and the games. We'll be able to give that information to colleges to try to help those. You look around that junior class. Mohammed's the quarterback. We saw Norcross play with in the North Carolina game. Excited about seeing him. And
he's got a great throwing arm.
Yes.
Hey, A.J. Watkins, obviously a tremendous runner, but Mohammed made some big throws for them.
We saw the big corner 6'1" Josh Love out of Cass. So excited about these guys. And you know, we're trying to get a South Georgia, whatever, North Georgia mix there. So excited about this group of invites this week.
All right, back here on third down. This is a big play. Marist dropping back into coverage. Richens becomes kind of a traditional safety. Johnson with pressure. He is going to go down. Tried to get it free. Okay, so the Thomas County Central fans are saying that was a backwards pass, and the football comes loose.
Goodness.
My
goodness.
So the ball was still live because Johnson threw a backwards pass. Like he threw it behind him. That was a lateral. And then the football came free, and it looks like Gaines has fallen on it. So that was not an incompletion, but it took the guys in the field a second or two to realize that. So Harpering had the pressure.
Yes,
that's
behind. Yes.
Cheesy play of the game presented by Gordo's Cheese Dip. Brenton had no idea it was a live football. It's too loud to hear anything.
That was wild, Brandon.
And then Trace Gaines falls on it. So what a mess that was. But Marist does come up with it after the miscue by the Yellow Jackets. Here's Ewert keeping it himself. On his feet still inside the 30-yard line. Takes a big hit from Reddick, but he's down to the 29 and a pickup of 10 on the play for Ewert.
I don't think there's any doubt that 14 wants the ball in his hands. You see him strapping his helmet up. He knows it's go time right here. 10 minutes to go. State championship berth on the line in the semifinals.
About to go under 10 minutes. Ewert looking at 4 down linemen for the Yellow Jackets. Fullback dive. Not much doing that time for Jackson Hughes, though.
How about Savannah Christian advancing to the state championship? That means the state of Georgia will get to see one of the top defensive linemen in the country, Elijah Griffin.
Looking forward to that. Also, probably the best year the Savannah area has had in high school football in quite some time. Although Benedictine will point out has been losing tonight.
Big win by Rockmart, Biff Parsons and his staff. That place, that town will be empty when they play Mercedes-Benz. I can guarantee you that.
2nd and 8. Thomas County Central has missed the PAT. That means with a touchdown and a PAT, Marist could lead. Ewert still has the football. He crosses the 20 and gets down to the 18-yard line. 8 on the play for him. He's going to be right there at another first down. In fact, he'll move the chains again. It's been his legs that have been the big factor on this drive.
Watch how quick he gets up the field. He puts his foot in the ground, Brandon, and he is already 6 yards up the field. I'm telling you, 14 is trying to take this game
We're in
over.
the red zone here, presented by GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com. Every snap matters at this stage of the game. You see 7A scores rolling by on our Breda Pest Management score ticker. Charlie Lamb is the receiver by himself here on the left side. That's the fullback dive, and getting to the 15-yard line was Jackson Hughes. Keep in mind, we haven't seen Joseph Pizzo tonight, a running back that had 165 yards and 2 touchdowns for Marist last week in its win against Roswell. At one point tonight, it was all Yellow Jackets, and inch by inch, moment by moment, Marist has fought its way back into this football game.
You can't hear a thing. You cannot hear, Brandon.
It is deafening noise. Ewart football again. Late pitch, left side, and he's going to be met there. A lot of Yellow Jackets in on that stop, including Taiwan Christopher.
A little late activity. I wasn't sure if they were going to throw a flag or not. He was helping the quarterback up, but he picked him up by the back of the neck.
3rd and 7 from the 15. Is it 4-down territory?
Yeah, no doubt. In my mind, it is. Want to watch 15 now. 1-on-1 at the top again.
Hughes is the running back to Ewart's right. Ewart will throw. Harpering, diving, incomplete. Harpering lost his footing. Throw may have been a step behind him.
The ball was behind him a little bit, and he had to put the brakes on. That's the second time they've ran that little scissor combination. He comes in right behind him. The guy in front of him is going to clear out. He comes in the alley, just missed that throw.
They are going to run on Linehan here for a field goal.
Okay.
It's going to be a 32-yard. It is risky, though, with just 7 minutes left in the game.
Yep.
But it's 2 field goals to tie right now. Linehan from 32 yards.
Clock running, 10 seconds right here. They may have to call a timeout.
Ewart, the quarterback, is the holder. Chase Stewart is the long snapper. They get it off. Linehan gets it away, and it's wide left and no good. And Thomas County Central has gotten a big stop. A turnover does no damage. And the Yellow Jacket fans love it. How about the decision to kick the field goal?
I would have went different right there, but you know what? Alan Chadwick's won a lot more games than I have.
It's the game's key defensive stop presented by the Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office. The irony here is it was field goals last week on the part of Thomas County Central that advanced them in the knockdown drag out against Rome.
I just think your defense is playing so good. Let's try to get this touchdown right here on this end of the field. They had a great play call on 3rd down. He just missed the throw as well.
So now Thomas County Central looks at a Marist team with all 3 timeouts. 6:57. How much of this clock can it eat up? How long can it keep it? A score here would almost end it. Johnson, he's going to run on 1st down.
You got to know right now. You got to know right now. You're going to see 11 and 23. You got to stop those two because you're about to get a heavy dose.
Haven't talked about this a ton tonight, but Johnson's only a sophomore, stepping in as his first year as a starter. This is a program that once housed the likes of Charlie Ward, and Johnson kind of living up to that here right now. Brenton, though, in trouble in the backfield. He's going to go down. War Eagles everywhere to bring him back way behind the line of scrimmage. Harpering being one of the guys there.
Man, and you start thinking about things like this. Negative play, good job. Does it get out of bounds? The official keeps the clock running right here. Let's see what happens at the end. They get him out of bounds. Man, official kept the clock running.
That's also William Pruitt, who isn't on that stop, too. Let's give him full credit here.
3rd and 8.
3rd and 8 after the loss.
Watch this seam route. They just missed it. You see 2, they call timeout. See if they want to come back to that play that he missed while ago, because 2 was lined up in the same place.
So it's going to be a big third down play coming up, but we're going to take a quick timeout before we get there. Boy, it's about to get really exciting here right after this.
When you're a grocery store, hunger has no place in your community. That's why at Ingles, we donate over 2 million pounds of food every year to those who need it. It's the right thing to do, and we know you'd do the same. Ingles, your neighbor for over 50 years.
Hash browns are the French fries of breakfast.
Who says it's not French fries that are the hash browns of lunch and dinner?
That's also true.
Mix and match a sausage McMuffin with egg, bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddles, or crispy chicken biscuit for $4.49. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Just like on the field, strategy is key.
You don't step onto the field without a game plan. It's the same when you're fighting for justice. Go Big Injury Law has the playbook to win. They won't drop the ball when it comes to fighting for your right.
Contact us today and let us show you what it means to have a winning team on your side.
From the baseline to the sideline, the best live sports from Atlanta and beyond are on Peachtree Sports Network. The biggest plays, the instant classics, and the next rising stars are right here on Peachtree Sports Network, your home for live local sports.
This is the Fantasy GOAT.
It's the difference between being the greatest of all time or having a bad season.
A complete disaster.
Saturdays at 6 on Peachtree Sports Network. ActionCareers.com Drive for the GHSA state title is sponsored by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 613. Electrify your career. Gordo's, Fiesta every day. Personal touch lawn care. The smallest details make the biggest difference. Merriweather and Tharp. Merriweather and Tharp LLC. TheAtlantaDivorceTeam.com. R.S. Andrews. Story after story, we deliver smiles. And by Breda Pest Management, the official pest control of Atlanta. Stepping back here into a third down play coming up, 5:55 to go in regulation. Young fan enjoying himself here. A lot of tension, though, between the white lines. Thomas County Central trying to get a first down and keep the clock moving. Johnson will throw. Paul is tipped, and Marist is forced to fourth down.
What a defensive stop by Marist right there. Started on that second down negative play. They get Thomas County Central uncomfortable. Watch them get your hands up. Great job there by 41. Jackson Hughes, who's had a really good game tonight, and that's well coached, Brandon, because they teach you if you can't get there, get your hands up.
Hughes has been the fullback. He's been the defensive lineman.
That's old school.
Morales had a big punt earlier in this half. Gets another pretty good one away. Bounce, though, going to be returnable. Trace Gaines gets a little bit that time, and so Marist tried the field goal, gets the ball back. Now let's also give a reminder, here's some fun stuff coming up to Georgia's Rome. How about the Little Theater presenting Elf the Musical live on stage at the beautiful historic DeSoto Theater. Hilarious holiday comedy based on the beloved holiday film. It runs every Friday through Sunday from December 1st to December 10th. Check out romeevents.org for more. That's romeevents.org.
I kind of feel like 41's got that old bike helmet. You know, the old blue in the top, the old blue pad in the top with the neck roll. I like it, man. Been impressed with Jackson Hughes tonight.
Will this be Marist's last chance? Let's find out. Stewart still has it. Late pitch, left side. That's Richens, but he's hit at the line of scrimmage. Another big play by Clayton Hutto.
Telling you right now, 15 has played a football game. And you see the speed of him come up and strike you for only a 2-yard gain.
You did get 2. About to go under 5 minutes in regulation. Marist trails by 6. Every point at a premium. Ewert still has it. Now he goes down. Dropped on the play by Caleb Anderson. Justin Rogers calls him a throwback, hard-nosed linebacker, and he may have made his biggest play of this game right there.
Well, you can feel the tension right now. Because the way it goes right now, 4 minutes, might as well be 1 minute.
Third down. We'll call it still 8. My ears are ringing, it's so loud. Ewert is in the shotgun. Pressure coming. Ewert gonna have to hurry. Buys time. Trying to get rid of it. Tipped, maybe incomplete. And that brings up 4th down. Noah Garrett was the intended target.
And guess who? 15. Well, they came all out blitz. I thought he was going to take off running there. Just buys himself some time. And 15 on the coverage. Nice job just blocking him out. They're going to punt because they got all 3 timeouts left.
What a night for Clayton Hutto. So Alan Chadwick remains patient, content to try a field goal. Jones has been a weapon. Flag comes in.
2 flags.
A lot of flags. It's not a play clock violation because there's still time on the clock.
And Thomas County Central is very upset. They had 12 people on the field, I believe. Now
that changes the calculus.
That's going to make it
down
4th and 3. And they're bringing the offense back on.
Okay, so big blunder there by Thomas County Central. The illegal substitution penalty, having too many guys on the field, going to result in a much shorter 4th down. And now Marist bringing the offense back on here. So circle that moment as one of the... There have not been a lot of penalties in this game.
No.
It's not been a heavily penalized game. So 4th and 3. Thunderous noise. It's shakers, it's horns, it's yelling, it's stomping. It is everything to try to upend Marist on this 4th down play. Will Ewert keep him himself? Instead, it's going to be a pitch to Richens. Richens looking to throw. It's caught for a 1st down. Harpering is there.
What a play call. Let me tell you something. That play was made by number 10, extending the play, allowing his wide receiver to get there because he had the run pass option. And what a call right there by Paul Etheridge on 4th and 3. Quick pitch. Watch him extend the play right here and throw it late.
Shades of yesteryear when Thomas County Central once beat Marist on a halfback option pass. Back in that era when they were playing so frequently. All these decades later, Alan Chadwick may have just turned the table. Ewert still has it. Right side pitch. Ball is free. Kendarius Reddick has forced the turnover. The Auburn commit coming up bigger than he ever has before.
A great job. He played the quarterback, made him pitch it, and still got outside. He forced Ewert to pitch it quicker than he wanted to. What a play by the Auburn commit. It might have been the biggest play of the season so far for Thomas County Central.
Marist still has all 3 timeouts. It's still 3:31. So this far from over. But Thomas County Central avoids disaster after a penalty created the opportunity for Marist to roll the dice in the halfback option play. And it was a true halfback option because that's what Marist has, is halfbacks.
Yes. Man, I feel like I've been on the edge of my seat now for about 20 minutes straight.
Marist now
pressure.
Showing all kinds of pressure up here right now. Keep your eye on 72 and 15. Those have been the edge players that have made the difference all year long. Handoff up the middle. Marist trying to rip the football free.
Perry comes back and beats Stars Mill to advance to the state championship.
While we have a moment, let's shout out to Breda Pest Management. Nobody wants unwanted gas taking up residents in your homes. This time of year, we know what that's all about with holiday gas. But in this particular case, we're not talking about your in-laws.
Called their
We're
first
talking about
timeout of the second half.
And Marist, by the way, stops the clock there with the timeout. We're talking about critters here. When it comes to keeping those critters out of your house, there's just one company to call. It's Breda Pest Management. We certainly appreciate all year long with this, our final broadcast of our drive for the GHSA state title. Breda Pest Management's dedication to Georgia high school athletics. BredaPest.com, of course, for more on that. So while we were doing the read, Alan Chadwick does call the first of his 3 timeouts. 2-yard gain for the Yellow Jackets. So it's going to be 2nd and 8 with 3:26 on the clock. And boy, if you're both these teams, you're thinking about what might have been. Thomas County Central avoids disaster after the penalty. Marist rolls the dice, converts the first down, and then gives up the fumble. And a couple of times tonight, and it's not that wet right now, but a couple of times tonight, that outside pitch play has kind of resulted in a loose football.
Yeah, this been Reddick and 15 for them.
Yeah.
I'm telling you now, both of those corners, safeties, Clayton Hutto and D. Reddick from safety and corner positions have played tremendous in run support and tackling assignment for Thomas County Central.
2nd and 8. 3:26 is what matters. That's the time remaining. Johnson, handoff to Brenton. Easy decision. And he fights his way into War Eagle territory down to the 47-yard line. Give him 15 on the play and give him a first down.
Watch him pull the backside guard right there. Just a simple counter play. He gets in behind his blockers, and man, he's been the difference really offensively for them. Got to have a rematch, Prince Avenue Christian versus Swainsboro in the state championship.
Going to be a lot of fun there.
Cedar Grove beats Calvary Day. Calvary Day mounts a comeback, just unable to finish it off.
So a couple of the top Savannah area quarterbacks having some trouble tonight in the semifinal round.
Same play.
That's Brenton again, and he's going to go inside the 40, and all of a sudden, Thomas County Central finding success with that counter play to Brenton.
Yep. Pulling their backside guard right here and tackle. Watch him get in behind him. Actually brought an H-back there. We call that a GH counter guard and H-back pull. And he just gets right in behind those guys. He's been a different look at it. He's not tapping out now, Brandon.
While we have a moment, let's remind you, group ticket packages are available for Falcons home games. You can learn more about options for youth sports teams, flying, hosting events, and so much more. AtlantaFalcons.com/tickets.
What is Falcons football? It's Grady putting quarterbacks on notice. It's Kyle shredding defenses like a unicorn. It's Tyler breaking tackles like phone screens. It's AJ locking down anyone on his island. It's Drake touching the sun. It's ZP breaking another record. What is Falcons football? It's all you dirty birds. Rise up.
Welcome back, and the thing that comes to mind for me right now is that Alan Chadwick is just not getting full value out of his timeouts because of the fact you've had a couple of first down runs by Brenton.
Yep.
That's forcing Chadwick to call the timeout on first down, something he does not want to do. In this case, though, it is actually still 2nd and 1. Brenton again, trouble in the backfield. Second effort, gets free.
So they flip-flop the formation and run the exact same play. But it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, he's going to be short. Good job.
Yep.
That time by Marist getting the backfield.
See this? You see that guard 25 pull in and 57 pull? Same play, GH counter there. Able to stop that one.
3rd and inches coming up.
This very well could decide who's going to play in Mercedes-Benz right here.
Speaking of that, it won't be a too much longer before we're back ourselves again for the Corky Kell Dave Hunter Classic in 2024. How about a group of teams including Cedar Grove, McEachern, Alpharetta, Brookwood, Houston County coming up. Love to have Central Georgia involved in this big event.
Yep.
North Gwinnett, Douglas County, who may very well be a state champion by the time they get there.
They got
and
everybody
of course,
coming
Walton
back
as well. So a great collection of teams.
I like it.
A part of some wonderful matchups, and I cannot wait to be. I wish it was tomorrow. I really do.
No, you don't. You wish it was Sunday.
Oh, that's right. I've got a full dance card.
You got a different schedule tomorrow, my man.
For a different reason, will be in Mercedes-Benz Stadium for the SEC Championship. I tell you, weekends like this make me feel like the luckiest guy in the world because get a chance to be with you for a high school game. It's been as thrilling as this one, and then tomorrow for an SEC Championship that feels like something we'll still be talking about 20 years from now, no matter what the outcome is.
Won't forget a quarterback keeper right here because they're going to key on 23.
Johnson, though, it's the handoff.
Right
Brenton's got it. First down for the Yellow Jackets, and now they start to feel it.
They can smell it now. Thomas County Central coaches beside me, high five. They go nuts on that conversion. Time is ticking on Marist.
If you care about the analytics and the stats, the Maxwell computer rankings will tell you that Thomas County Central is the second most improved team in all of 6A in just Justin Rogers' second year on the job. Tonight represents their first trip back to a state semifinal since 2007. They're trying to win their first state championship since 2002. Brenton on the ground inside the 15-yard line. Justin Rogers has said, coming over from Colquitt County, also a power at the state's highest classification. But there was nothing wrong with this Thomas County Central program. They had great history, they had great tradition, they had just fallen on some hard times. Well, it is not feeling like hard times right now. It's feeling like a very, very happy night. And you're going to see the play by Reddick stopping the drive for Marist. That's our play of the game, presented by HendrickCars.com. And the Auburn commit was as clutch as he's ever been right there.
Yeah, it's a huge play, man. Let's see if they down this thing. They're in the pistol formation. Yep.
Yeah, Johnson from the shotgun will take the knee, and Marist can't stop it. Malachi Thomas waving to these fans over here. And it certainly appears that Thomas County Central will play for a state championship for the first time since 2002. There's confetti falling on this side of the field. Thomas County Central will have to snap it again, though.
Snap it one last time. And this place is going to erupt.
These fans who've traveled 240 miles will have an awful lot to cheer for. And can you imagine the scene in Mercedes-Benz Stadium when all of these people...
Let me tell you something. Mercedes-Benz is going to be rocking when Thomas County Central comes. I can guarantee you that.
And that's going to be it. Thomas County Central is going to go on the road for the second week in a row, and they're going to win 13-7. And the Yellow Jackets are going to play for a state championship. The handshake there between two great coaches, Justin Rogers and the all-time legend, Alan Chadwick. What a football game. What a way to conclude our drive for the GHSA state title as we get to sit back and watch state championship action coming up later on this month.
How sweet is that bus ride going to be back to Thomasville tonight?
A thriller. And a huge moment for Justin Rogers, who loves this community, loves the way the support goes out. And how about a sophomore quarterback in Jalen Johnson helping lead the way? Our Craig Sager Jr. is standing by with Justin Rogers, the victorious coach. Craig, go ahead and take it away.
All right, I'm here now with Thomas County Central head coach Justin Rogers. You said that was a classic. You know this is a great rivalry. These games come down to the wire. How'd it go?
That's a TCC Marist game, man. both teams trying to run the ball. We wanted to try to establish a run as well. Their secondary has always been so good. And it came down to two teams just playing their hearts out for their communities. Both fans were great. But, man, just so proud of our guys, so proud of our fans. They made an impact. Our defense, again, stood up strong. Last 2 weeks, defense has been phenomenal.
Absolutely. And then you talked about the atmosphere. I mean, talk about just how many fans you guys brought to this and what that meant just to represent South Georgia.
Thomas County is a special place. There's no doubt about it. The people make it special. The commitment, the love, the passion, the oneness they have in the community, it really is. And so we're just excited about it, kind of get this story back, where TCC was. And incredibly proud of our young men and the fight and resolve they have. That was a tough game. And they had times they could have bowed their head, but, man, just kept their head high and kept fighting.
And then Trey Benton had the touchdown early and then closed the game out for you. What did you see from him tonight?
Freaking winner. That's what I saw. He's a winner. And like you say, as the game gets on, he typically gets better. And I think you saw that late in the half, or late in the fourth, when we needed some drives. He put together some huge runs to be able to kind of close this thing out.
All right, thank you so much, Coach. I'll let you celebrate with the team. They'll be in the bins next week. We'll be back with our players of the game.
Yikey, wawa! Running out of hot water is one way your water heater cries out for help. Call R.S. Andrews. Get a water heater rejuvenation. Your water heater gets added life, you get more hot water. Another way R.S. Andrews makes you smile today.
I've used R.S. Andrews 15 years. Purchased 2 heating and air systems, so I rely on their technicians for service. I call, they come, it's fixed. And I appreciate Andrews' commitment. He gives it his all. That's how R.S. Andrews makes me smile.
What does it mean when people say America is a land of opportunity?
It means the power to discover.
To redefine yourself.
To improve yourself.
To challenge yourself.
To realize there's more in you
than you ever knew
that you could do.
It means giving people an open field to explore what they do best.
With the best tools.
The best training.
The best technology in the world.
We bring out the best in the people who serve.
So you can be all you can be.
A journeyman with Local 85, when you turn out, you can be hitting 6 figures.
Hey, I have your back, you have my back. We're gonna do this together. We're one for all for one.
College just wasn't for me. Let's look into actual career jobs that wouldn't take college, where I wouldn't, lose money and all that. Instead of losing a lot more money at the end, why not make money and make more money at the end?
Hendrick.
Drive now, pay later. Shop HendrickCars.com this month and make no payments for 90 days. Over 20,000 new and pre-owned vehicles. No payments for 90 days. Visit HendrickCars.com.
What's so great about being a Kroger Boost member? Free delivery on the Kroger products you love, and more rewards too, like double fuel points on everything you buy. Experience a new level of membership, starting as low as $59 a year with Boost by Kroger Plus. Learn more at Kroger.com today.
Are you ready to serve and protect the citizens of Gwinnett County? The Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office offers a range of career paths, starting from entry-level jailer to jailer officer lieutenant. Take advantage of our sign-on bonus up to $4,700 and become a guardian of your community today. Explore the possibilities for a brighter future by visiting GoGCSO.com and pave the way for your career advancement. Go GCSO.
America, come along with our adventure seekers, the Sanchez family, and discover summer with the Ford F-150. See how available features like Pro Trailer Backup Assist make backing up as easy as turning a knob. Watch as Pro Power on board lights up the night. And Ford Blue Cruise makes driving even more fun. Now get select Ford F-150 trucks with 3.9% financing for 60 months, plus get up to $1,500 cash back with your trade-in, only at your local Ford dealer.
And welcome to the Tailgate Show, brought to you by GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com. I'm Kaylee Mansell, the president of SCORE Atlanta, IJ Rosenberg. IJ, we talked about it earlier. We do the Corky Kell Dave Hunter Classic in August, but what a lot of people don't know is that every 2 years, contracts are either renewed or you sign new teams. What does that look like for 2024?
Well, I'll tell you, we've got some new teams coming in. Let's put the graphic up if we can, Roddy. But we've got Douglas. We actually have 2 teams today, which I think have won their games. They'll be in the state championship. So Cedar Grove, I think, has won. They'll be in Corky Kell at the Benz next season. And Douglas County, which is another team that I think is going to play in the Benz next week, they were leading, are also in there. And then, of course, you got Walton, North Gwinnett, Alpharetta's a new team that we're really excited about, Houston County. And we're supposed to have some guys. All right, Houston County's Jason Brett's here, and we'll talk to Jason. He's the athletics director. Really pushed hard to get them in. Jason, talk a little bit about you guys coming into the Corky Kell.
Yeah, we're excited about it. It's it's a great event, and we're just I think it's a good deal to get in, showcase our school, our football program, and Coach Edwards and those guys have worked really hard and are bringing us along just right on time. So we're excited.
And Jason, talk a little bit about your program and how we were down there earlier this season for a game with Lee County, but you guys have really turned it up the last couple of seasons.
Yeah, Coach Edwards came in about 2 years ago, and he's just really instilled a great culture, a lot of buy-in with our kids, our coaching staff. He's assembled a really good coaching staff and just done an outstanding job. And like I said, the kids have bought into what he's doing and what those guys are doing, and we're excited about where this thing's headed. So, we always talk about we're trying to just continue to take another step and build this program and take it to another level. So he's doing a great job, and we're excited.
Well, Coach, we look forward to having you. Have a good holiday, and we'll see you next year in the Corky Kell Classic.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate
Corky
you having
Kell
us.
plus
The Corky Kell Dave Hunter Classic. It takes some getting used to, but it really does have a nice ring to it once you say it enough times. So glad that Jason Brett, the athletic director at Houston County, can join us. Excited to see him at the Corky Kell Dave Hunter Classic.
Yep.
Now, Craig's got our Gatorade players of the game, so make sure to stay right where you at so you can find out who they are right after the break.
Everywhere there are leaders and there are followers. My law firm has an amazing track record of getting great results for our clients. But be careful, there are imposters out there who buy my name on Google. They're trying to trick you into hiring them instead of us. Don't fall for this scam. Just use the QR code right here on the screen, and it'll connect you directly to my office. There's only one. One call, that's all.
Call 1-800-CALL-KEN.
At Ingles, we are proud to introduce our all-new curbside service. Just visit shop.ingles-markets.com or download the app to order, and our friendly staff will bring your groceries right to your car and have you ready to go in no time. Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
I was riding the dirt bike a little bit too fast down the road, and I went flying full speed basically with the bike into a tree. I broke my neck from the whiplash of it. And when the motorcycle helmet came down, it actually severed the tube that carries the oxygen into your lungs. If I didn't have the surgical team that I had, if I didn't have the nurses that I had at Grady, I wouldn't be here. And I can't express in words what it means to me and to my family.
From the baseline to the sideline, the best live sports from Atlanta and beyond are on Peachtree Sports Network. The biggest plays, the instant classics, and the next rising stars are right here on Peachtree Sports Network, your home for live local sports.
Here's to the legends who paved the way for the stars of today. Because when you celebrate the past, you embrace the future. Origin Sports, run it back.
Peachtree Sports Network, your home for the Atlanta Gladiators.
All right, welcome back. It's time now for our Gatorade Players of the Game. Man, the whole town seemed like was out there on the field. An unbelievable game. Thomas County Central is going to the bins to compete for the state title. Perfect season, but right now we're going to talk about our top performers. Let's start with the offensive side of the ball. Trey, you scored the touchdown. You guys go up 13-0, but then the offense, you guys finished it out, took some big carries. Let's talk about the effort you showed throughout this game.
At that point, they had to, they tried to get momentum, So knowing me being the player I am, coach, hey, give me the ball. Let me do what I do, man. So, hey, we made it this far. Time to go to the dome,
Yeah, and he gave you a big shout-out after the game on the field. What was this environment like, though, out there? It was really loud. I mean, could you guys even hear the plays?
No, not really. At some points, I was like, hey, Jalen, what we doing, man? Hey, we got to communicate with the O-line so we don't get screwed up front. So, yeah, it was loud. I love the atmosphere. Hey, next Friday, even better, man.
Yeah, what a fun game. And then let's go to the defense side of the ball. Clayton Hutto, Thomas County Central, your defense has quite the reputation. What did you guys do out there tonight just to continue to keep this season going?
Just our discipline. Can't get caught by the eye candy, That's what they live off of. Just execute, communication, and keeping the eyes where they're supposed to be.
Yeah, and obviously the final score, Marist had some chances, but the defense, you guys just made it so difficult for them, holding them just 7 points. Just how important was just every play in a game like this where the possessions, you don't really get a lot of them?
Every moment was crucial. Like, we try to stay calm because we realized the moment, like, we can't let it go over our head. Like, I don't really have much to say because, like, we've been here before multiple times. Just handled it better than them.
Yeah, you guys were in another thriller last round, but what have you seen just in this playoff, the trips, just the team progressing throughout this season, now having a chance to go to the state title and get that win?
I swear, like, I knew from the moment, like, spring ball started, like, we was going to go far. I didn't know how far, but I knew far because, like, based off the work we put in, night out, just hard work.
Yes, sir. And then, Trey, you were pretty pumped on that first touchdown. Just talk about what it felt like getting in the end zone, what you saw in that play.
Hey, man, my blood was just pumping, man. Hey, start the game off right. We did what we had to do, so, yeah.
All right. Well, right now it is my honor to present the MVP to our defensive player of the game and overall MVP. This is the Robbie Hunter. And hopefully Thomas County Central can get some more hardware next week at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Congratulations, guys. And we'll keep it here for a second. We'll go ahead and get on a special guest, Alpharetta head coach Jason Gervin. Hey, Coach, how's it going?
Going good, man. How are you?
Doing well. Nice to see you. So we just witnessed a heck of a football game. This closes out our season-long broadcast, but the news, you guys are going to be in the Corky Kell Classic coming up, Corky Kell Dave Hunter Classic coming up this upcoming year. What are you looking forward to, and just what do you think that game's going to do to get you guys on track?
Well, first of all, man, I want to congratulate Tuscaloosa County, those kids, just hearing how excited those kids were, man. And I want to congratulate Coach Chadwick. What a great job he does at Marist, man. We're going to get them their class program. So congratulations, both of those programs. But I'm going to tell you what, we're excited about being in the Dome. I haven't told the kids yet. I've been holding it. I've been holding it back. They know something's coming. But I guess a graphic got dropped tonight, and one of them, screenshot it, and they've already been texting me and talking about it. So just that alone is what it's about, right? It's about finding, something to galvanize your guys, give them something to get excited about in the off season. It encourages more sponsorships and things like that. So it just really opens up a lot of doors, a lot of opportunities for us, man. And we're very excited and very happy to be a part of the Corky Kell.
That's right. And when you took the Alpharetta job, you just talked about how impressed you were with all the pieces that were in place there, the athletes, and I know you guys got some really talented young guys. Ashton Moore is a linebacker that stands out. He's gotten reps as an underclassman. Talk about just what you guys are going to be returning next year.
Well, we were young. It seems like we're always young. We play a lot of young players. We had a lot this year. We had 3 guys back there, 3 sophomores back in the backfield on offense. Just like you said, Ashton. We got some other big time players. So we have big time players. We have superstars, if you will. guys that people want to pay to come and see. They're exciting to watch. And we're continuing to grow that depth, to build the depth that you need to make it through a season, to be able to hold up in the trenches at this level. The higher level you go up, the more that offense and defensive line, plays a part in your success. So, we're trying to get stronger so we can push people around and not get pushed around and run the ball in the fourth quarter and run the ball in the second, third round when you need to advance. And we'll continue to work on those. But, I love my guys. I love being a part of Alpharetta. We have a special place, a special community. It's just playing next year in the Corky Kell just gives us another opportunity to build on that. So.
Absolutely, and of course it's going to be a new landscape. We got the reclassification, regions are shaking up a little bit, but you guys are no stranger to testing you guys out of the gates. You guys have played Jefferson the last few seasons, so what does it mean just to have a big matchup on that season opener, just motivating your team throughout the offseason?
I think it's the most important thing you can do as the coach. I kind of learned that from watching Saban in Alabama. When he first got there, they would always play season openers. I remember them playing Clemson early on and maybe like Florida State, Miami. And it just gives you something to be excited about. It's something different that you're unfamiliar with. And the first game of the season is awesome because if anybody's going to knock anybody off, it's easier to do it early than it is later. As the season goes and attrition wears on, or as, teams get, play more, you start to get a better feel for what they're doing offense and defensively. You get to see how they're going to play every coverage. So, that first season's always interesting, the first game, because, everybody's putting in some different things in the spring and the summer. So it's always a little bit wild and woolly. Everybody's got their hopes up. So everybody, is full confidence. So it's always an exciting one, man. So I think it's important for us, and I'm excited, man. We're looking forward to it.
You bet. Well, thank you so much, Coach. Alpharetta is going to be making their Corky Kell Dave Hunter Classic debut. Can't wait for it. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you having me.
You bet. All right. So we'll be back with more post-game coverage, and we'll look ahead at some of these finals matchups.
So when I got in the program, I was 18. At the time, I think the most appealing thing was, I could start out going to school and making money while I'm going to school. Not coming out in 4 or 5 years, $30,000, $40,000 in debt. That was the biggest attraction to this. I got in 3 days after graduation and hadn't looked back.
The Georgia Sheet Metal JETC provides apprentices with free training and careers that are stable and essential to the operation of the modern world. Both craft jobs and management positions offer lucrative pay with benefits as well as the stability of a growing industry. Skilled journeymen in the sheet metal industry are essential to our community now and in the future. Learn more about free technical training with no student debt at our website, careersinsheetmetal.com.
Sweetheart, please don't forget to wear your seatbelt.
I got it, Mom.
It's a very nice day, living in the right space. Breathing your gas, got me feeling some kind of way.
In the blink of an eye, so many tomorrows can disappear. Buckle up for your future, every trip, every time. A message from the Governor's Office of Highway Safety.
And welcome back to the Tailgate Show, brought to you by GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com. One last Tailgate Show for all of us here on the crew. We had an awesome game tonight here at Marist, but let's go ahead and break down all the championship brackets. It all has come down to this, so let's break it down, starting with Class 7A. And here we have it. Walton will face Milton tonight. Walton was up big early in the game. Camden County actually started to come back, but Walton pulled away.
The game was 21-0 when Ashton Woods went out. And then my understanding, people there, Camden County really started having success running the football. So that'll be something, Craig, we'll watch as we go over. A very valuable piece on that defense, and North Carolina commit Ashton Woods.
And what are we getting out of the state championship matchup in Walton and Milton, Craig?
Another incredible quarterback battle.
No doubt.
Good grief, that one's going to be
an
insane.
ACC battle.
That's right.
Wow.
And Hecklinski, actually, I think Walton went out to Milton in the playoffs his sophomore season.
Yeah, they did. Final Four.
If you remember, and I'm not bringing up anything bad, Jeremy, but he ran that fake punt by himself right before the half and gave up a touchdown. So not trying to bring up anything bad, Jeremy. You made up for it,
so,
but
yeah,
a young
I think
player.
he's going to have that on his mind.
Sure,
He wants to close this
definitely.
thing out.
Yep.
And as I said, it has all come down to this moment. We all knew coming into this year that this 7A bracket was the most wide open it's been in so long, and this is the last year for the Class 7A. So whoever wins this, that's a big title for them. So good luck to both of those teams. Now let's go ahead and move on to our Class 6A bracket. And of course, with the Thomas County Central win here.
So we got a different score here. Now the official Georgia High School just tweeted that Woodward Academy won 24-21. So we're going to have to double check that
Okay.
before we start discussing brackets.
Well,
but official Georgia High School.
Yeah, that's not good.
So we got to make sure we're right on that. But anyway, we do know that Thomas County Central is going to play one of those two teams, and a very physical football team. And listen, the road at Thomas County Central, having to go to Rome last week, win at the end of the game, come to Marist, play the triple option. Next thing you know, you got a game on your hands, and you look at this, and it says a lot about Thomas County Central. And I'll tell you this, that fan base, I've never seen anything like it. They are going to be all in the bins.
So
that was the loudest game I've been to all year.
Yeah, I was going to ask while Craig checks for the update on the score of that game. I have to ask, Rusty, you were in the booth, and then you're on the visitor side booth. Can you hear right now? Are you going to hear a constant buzz in your ears for like the next week?
I'm going to show my age. I feel like I've been front row at a Motley Crue concert for about 2.5 hours. So listen, Georgia High School Association tweets out that Woodward defeated Douglas County 24-21. So we'll go with that. So that makes a matchup of Woodward Academy at Mercedes-Benz versus Thomas County Central. And listen, that's going to be another one of those physical football games.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still confused on that one, but I want to ask about this one. Where do you think tonight's Thomas County Central Marist game ranks on that all-time series?
I mean, it's another game. I mean, I'm not just downplaying it. Like, you know, when these two teams play, it's going to be grown man football. It was physical football from the start, and you kind of start off as like 13-0, and I think that drive right before the half for Marist kind of got things going. The one thing they'll probably look back different is going for that field goal right here because your defense was playing so good. Let's give them a chance at that 7. They missed that field goal to never really seize that momentum back.
And we have to give a huge shout out to Thomas County Central. Tonight was their first semifinal game in 16 years. Here they are going to the bins, and you could just feel how excited they were coming off the field. Super happy for that fan base, and whoever they go on to face, that will be our 6A state championship matchup. So let's go ahead and take a look at our Class 5A bracket.
No surprise here, I think, to either one of us.
No. I think that we all thought the Creekside-Jefferson game could be a toss-up, but unfortunately, Sammy Brown did come out in the game with a leg injury.
Yep.
We feel bad about that, but it will be Creekside and Coffee. And, man, I think that this might be a sleeper game here.
It's going to be a really good game. And I'll say this about Cartersville. I think they were down at one point 24-0 and bring it back to 31-18.
Right.
Shows you the fight in Connor Foster's team up there at Wyman Stadium. But everybody I talked to and what I saw this summer at a Coffee, they're going to be a handful. But if anybody will play anybody anytime, it's Creekside.
Yeah, no, Cartersville, they cut it to 13 points like early in the fourth, and then it was 31-7. So they made it a ball game because they did not get off to a good start. But I think Creekside, very dangerous and a very motivated team.
Oh, definitely. A lot of seniors, too.
So the thing about this is Craig and I will not be on the call for the state championship. So, Craig, I'm going to ask you, who do you think would win this matchup? As of right now, who's your gut?
Well, I have ranked Creekside #1 and Coffee #2, so I stick by my rankings.
Oh, okay.
I cannot pick.
A true Craig. I know. You're like Kirk Herbstreit. We can't have you pick on College Game Day, sir.
Can't pick tonight. I just hope for a good game.
Yeah, okay. All right, let's go ahead and move on to our Class 4A bracket.
How about this one?
Yeah, I mean.
How about this one?
I mean, both of them were great games, and probably surprises. Perry was down big in that one, coming back, but Stockbridge, what we say, they have to have a good first half. Benedictine's a good second half team, but they just dominated.
You picked Stockbridge earlier, didn't you?
Yes.
So kudos to Craig there because he picked against a 3-time defending state champion Benedictine.
Yes, I did. It was not easy, but it was the home field for Stockbridge. It just felt like this was finally going to be the team that was equipped to beat them.
Yeah, Craig gave me a real nice fancy stat. Benedictine has not been beaten by a 4A team since 2020. He buttered me up. I took them, and he took Stockbridge right after that. Yeah, I will take the L on that one. But here we have it for our Class 4A state championship match will be between Stockbridge and Perry in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the Class 3A bracket. Now here we go. These two games in itself, we knew Savannah Christian early on was going to come out with the win, and the thing was they were the 2 seed after Calvary Day in that region. Cedar Grove and Calvary Day were back and forth all night. We weren't sure it was going to be that close. Now Cedar Grove comes out on top, but what a performance by Tennessee quarterback commit Jake Merklinger and Calvary Day. Rusty.
2 years in a row he lost to that team.
Yeah.
I talked to him this summer, was at an event in Nashville, and he told me, he said, Rusty, that's the fastest, most physical football team I've ever played. I want to play them again. So, kudos to that team. They fought, but I'll say this about Cedar Grove, man. That schedule they've played Mill Creek. They played Colquitt County. They went on the road to play all those teams for a reason, and now they're back in Mercedes-Benz.
Right, and then Calvary Day on the other hand, they've been having huge margins of victory. They're down early, but I think Jake Merklinger, he played his heart out. Some of the highlights from the game tonight, he was doing it all, so I know he has no regrets on the effort he gave and a great career.
And that will be our Class 3A state championship matchup, Cedar Grove and Savannah Christian. Now let's go ahead and take a look at our Class 2A bracket. All right, Pierce County with a big win over Fitzgerald, 35-7, and they're going to play Rockmart. Craig.
The two hottest teams in the playoffs right now. 100%. Pierce County's been blowing everyone out. The win last round over Fellowship Christian. I talked to their coach. Fellowship actually beat them the year before. He said they confused them with some of their offensive looks. They fixed it, dominated that one. And then Rockmart, they jumped out all over Cook, got out to a huge lead, and I think those are the two hottest teams.
Speed. Let me tell you something. Rockmart is going to start 2 freshman offensive linemen that you're going to see in the Georgia Elite Classic. Their left tackle is 6'5", 270 pounds, 15 years old, and he's going to burst on the recruiting scene after the entire country watches him in this game.
And with that, our Class 2A state championship matchup will be between Pierce County and Rockmart. Let's go ahead and take a look at our Class A Division II. So we're actually going to take a little break here. We know I've presented a lot of information to you guys all at once, so make sure to stay tuned. We're going to go over the rest of our brackets and give you some more news regarding the Georgia Elite Classic, and we're going to have a special guest join us, so make sure to stay tuned. We will be right back after the break.
What does it mean when people say America is a land of opportunity?
It means the power to discover,
to redefine yourself,
to improve yourself,
to challenge yourself,
to realize there's more in you
than you ever knew
that you could do.
It means giving people an open field to explore what they do best.
With the best tools,
the best training,
the best technology in the world.
We bring out the best in the people who serve.
So you can be all you can be.
Struggling with food insecurity can feel lonely, yet every community across America is affected by hunger, which is why our Kroger associates work together to rescue nutritious food that would otherwise go to waste in an effort to donate 3 billion meals by 2025. Because we believe everyone should have access to fresh, delicious food. Join the Kroger Zero Hunger, Zero Waste Foundation to defeat hunger and eliminate food waste.
America, come along with our adventure seekers and discover summer with Ford. Join friends Maisa and Leslie on an epic adventure with the capability of the Ford Bronco Sport. Head out with the Stevens family and stay connected with built-in Wi-Fi in the Ford Explorer.
Did you know that horses sleep standing up?
Road trip with the Sanchez family and available hands-free highway driving in the Ford F-150. Now get 2.9% financing for 60 months plus up to $4,500 cash back on select Ford SUVs. See your local Ford dealer and discover your best summer ever.
And we're back with the Tailgate Show, brought to you by GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com. I'm Kaylee Mansell with Rusty Mansell, IJ Rosenberg.
Got the band back together here.
I didn't even know we had this many microphones until right now, but let's go ahead and take a look at Class A Division I. And our Class A Division I state championship matchup will be between Prince Avenue.
Rematch.
I learned my lesson the hard way. Yep, and Swainsboro, who defeated Brooks County tonight. Rusty.
Let me ask you this: who you got in that game?
I'm going to take Prince Avenue.
Yeah, you don't pick against right now. That's in this division. That's the hottest team. They had a tough loss against Mary Persons, but Swainsboro. He's thought about it all season. You got beat by them in a close game last year. You're going to get a chance to rematch. Georgia commit DeMello Jones comes back, plays in the Benz.
Yep. Look, I already issued out my public apology, which was a lot for me. So I'm going to take Prince Avenue here, but let's go ahead and take a look at Class A Division II. There it is. That rematch of last year's state championship between Bowden and Sly County did not disappoint. Back and forth all night, but ultimately Bowden comes out with the win. And then Manchester had no issue tonight with Telfair. 35-13, took an early lead and ran with it. Craig.
Man, that is a tough one. Sly County, 39-31 loss, I believe, last year in the state championships to Bowden. They had to go on the road. They fought. But, yeah, that's a tough one. I think Manchester-Bowden, that's a region matchup, isn't it? I think they played this season.
Manchester played Sly County. They're in the same.
Oh, okay,
they're the
that's
same.
right,
So
that's right.
Sly County was the 1 seed, Manchester 2, but Bowden comes out of that. And here, I'll give you a little bit of a sneak peek on Manchester. They got one of the best junior defensive linemen in the country, Max Preps, All-American, Justice Terry. This is the beauty of playing in the Benz. This is the beauty of television in the state of Georgia. Everybody in the country will get to see a young man from Manchester play in the state championship.
And that will wrap up our state championship brackets. And even though this is our last Peachtree Sports Network high school football game for this season, we've got more football coming, guys. Don't get too upset yet. We'll have the Georgia Elite Classic on December 29th. IJ, can you tell us more about it?
Yeah, we'll have 460 kids, right,
Wow.
Rusty?
So we're going to have
4
a lot.
hotels.
A lot of buses, a lot of hotels.
A lot of craziness. But, no, we'll have 5 games in Rome. And, of course, we'll have a 7th grade game on TV this year, 7th, 8th. Of course, our usual freshman, sophomore game, we'll have 2 junior teams and 2 senior teams. So that'll be coming up, and that'll give us 37 games on the season. And before I thank everybody, I'd like to remind everybody about tomorrow morning, starting at 11, so you can get a little bit, going for that Georgia-Alabama game. We've got the Corky Kell Dave Hunter
Yes, we do.
Basketball Classic. We'll start at 11. We got 2 girls games, 2 boys games right here on Peachtree Sports Network at Norcross High School. So come over there. We never stop.
I want to see Dave Hunter shoot the opening free throw. I think
Dave
that's
Hunter's
a request.
gonna be
He
there.
needs to shoot the opening free throw. Coach
Instead of
Hunter,
throwing out
that's
the
your
first
challenge.
ball.
No first pitch. I want to see you shoot the opening free throw, a basketball tournament in your name, my man.
No, but I certainly want to thank everybody. I mean, it's been a great year. Like we said, 32 games, starting with the Sheriff's Cup to the Corky Kell, and all of y'all doing such a fantastic job. The guys in the truck. Stay and take a look at all the names after we go off the air because it really is amazing. And Rusty and Craig and Kaylee and Roddy and the truck and everybody has just done such a wonderful
Graham
job.
and all your guys do a great job back at the office.
And I'm going to tell you what, we're going to be back next season even bigger, okay? We're going to do we are going to do as much high school sports. That is what the Peachtree Sports Network is going to be. It's going to be a state high school television network, and we're just going to continue pounding in there. I mean, you're going to see volleyball, you're going to see soccer, you're going to see baseball, you're going to see everything.
And if I think I heard this correct, but I do want to double check. I heard that maybe we have Randy Beal on Zoom ready to go. Now, it might just be the voices in my head. I think that's what I heard.
Yep,
no,
there's
there he is.
Randy.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, and
Go
I'll
ahead.
tell you, let me say this. I mean, we have to thank Randy Beal at GeorgiaConstructions.com. And Randy, I can't hear you. Kaylee will have to
I'll translate.
Translate for me. But, Randy's been great. He's out of town this weekend at a union meeting. But the unions have just been fantastic to us, led by Randy and Kenny Mullins and Steve Langley, Sheet Metal and IBEW and everybody else. So, Randy, you just want to really thank you and everybody else for supporting us and making this happen.
Absolutely. And Kayla, you can tell IJ that, we appreciate his willingness to get high school sports on TV. Obviously, it's good for us from a recruiting standpoint. But, getting to work with you fabulous folks and, from the camera crew who never gets any credit, but they drag them cables and those cameras up and down the sidelines. Man, we're just so excited to work with everybody. Kaylee, you do such a great job, Rusty and Brandon, the entire team. And, we're just excited to be back again next year as the title sponsor. Looking forward to bringing you baseball in the spring, basketball tomorrow, football next year. So you haven't heard the last of GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com. I promise you that.
So, Randy, I only have one question for you because this is the only question that matters. Why do you continue to put up with all of us?
Me and my wife both, listen, I love y'all.
The
You're
first
our
lady
man.
of football.
The first lady of
Randy,
football.
IJ can't hear you. Can you give him a go dogs? Just give this man a go dogs straight from DC, my man.
He said go dogs in case you couldn't put that together.
Randy, thanks a lot. We love you, man. We'll get to see you next week. And thank everybody,
Absolutely.
okay?
Thank you.
All right, IJ, since you are our special guest, you are our guest picker, I'm going to let you close it out.
Between Alabama and Georgia?
No, I mean, I mean, it's like Craig with a Walton game. We obviously know who you're going to pick.
The Raiders are in the finals. I'm pretty happy.
So it's the Raiders and Milton.
Yep,
you got to go with Walton in that one.
They're hot. They're hot.
Yeah, they're
I'll
hot.
tell you this, man.
If they don't win it this year, they'll never win it.
What a job by Ben Reeves and his staff at Milton.
Yeah.
Because I don't think anybody outside of that community thought they were going to end up where they are. And I said it before the thing. They've been keeping receipts, and you can get on social media in a minute, and I guarantee you they got some people in check tonight. Congratulations to Milton. It's going to be a great 7A state championship game.
Yeah, and it's cool because I'm from, that's where we live in North Fulton and Roswell.
Yep.
So it's great to see Milton get in there.
All right, guys. Well, one last time until the Georgia Elite Classic. From myself, Rusty Mansell, IJ Rosenberg, Craig Sager, Brandon Adams, Roddy White. I think I got everybody. Elizabeth, Hayden, everybody on set, Daniel in the back, all the camera people, everybody in the truck. Thank you so much, and especially to all of you at home who continue to watch and support our broadcast. It means the world to us, and we're not ready to let it go yet, so make sure to join us for the Georgia Elite Classic right here on the Peachtree Sports Network on December 29th.
When you're a grocery store, hunger has no place in your community. That's why at Ingalls, we donate over 2 million pounds of food every year to those who need it. It's the right thing to do, and we know you'd do the same. Ingalls, your neighbor for over 50 years.
Hash browns are the French fries of breakfast.
Who says it's not French fries that are the hash browns of lunch and dinner?
That's also true.
Mix and match a sausage McMuffin with egg, bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddles, or crispy chicken biscuit for $4.49. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Just like on the field, strategy is key.
You don't step onto the field without a game plan. It's the same when you're fighting for justice. Go Big Injury Law has a playbook to win. They won't drop the ball when it comes to fighting for your right.
Contact us today and let us show you what it means to have a winning